from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the mist is a minute that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light. Baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down. Break all the rules, let them run and hide. Baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Gonna let the world know. We're dynamite, we're dynamite. We're from a different time, yeah, we're of a different breed. 'Cause what we got is timeless, we supersede. And we hold in the key, yeah, we're tight as can be. We're rolling, just like we please. Ooh, getting caught in the mist is a minute that never get out of. We're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light. Baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down.
Yo, 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 what is going on, Critical Ops Esports fans? Welcome back to the first weekend of World Streams. I am Sudden Death, and I am joined by Manthus. We got some exciting matches for you tonight, or I guess exciting set of matches, because we got a best of three between Underestimated versus Team Mobility. This is the North America region. We've previously done all the regions. You can find those as video demands here on the channel, but check those out after this one's over, because this is going to be a fun live matchup today. Before we hop into the housekeeping, the general housekeeping, and going into the teams, Manthus, how you doing this evening?
Overall pretty good, and I guess I should say a little excited to see our first NA match. I mean, both of us are from North America, so it's the first time we're seeing our own region compete. So it's
Yep,
going to be a little exciting to see. Finally, I've been waiting for this for a while.
indeed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the format for the tournament. Manthus, I believe you'll take that away and explain it to all the wonderful folks here in chat.
Yeah, I got you. So right now we're currently in the preliminary stage, which in total we have 32 teams divided into 8 different groups. That's going to be 4 teams per group and 2 groups per region. And then out of those groups, there's going to be a double elimination format. 2 wins and you move on to the conference rounds. 2 losses and you are eliminated from the tournament. All matches in the preliminaries are a best of 3 as well. And so once you move beyond the preliminaries, once everyone has advanced forward from this point, once they get their 2 wins, they'll head into the conference rounds. There will be 16 teams divided into 2 brackets. It's separated again by region. And this one is going to be single elimination format with Americas on one side and then Eurasia on the other side, and they are all going to clash until they eventually get to the conference finals, which is going to be the Americas fighting each other and then the Eurasias fighting each other in 2 separate matches. The winner of that match is going to move on to the grand finals, which is going to be a much longer match, a best of 7. It's going to be for the top American team versus the top Eurasian team. And the winner of that match is going to be crowned the champion of Critical Ops.
Best of seven will be a lot of fun. We got a lot of matches that will take place before we actually get there, though. Let's take a look at the prizes. What are these teams playing for? That's definitely important. Total prize pool. The prize pool money is $25,000 in cash, along with various other things. You can take a look here. The champion in the top left-hand corner, first place. They will have, of course, the world's bragging rights. That's right. We won, as well as $12,000 in cash, the championship ring, which I cannot wait to see the first look at. I'm really curious to see what this looks like. That's, of course, an in real life ring. For those of you wondering, it's not in game. It's going to be something the players themselves get to wear. What they will be getting for the game, there will be a glove and knife combo specifically made for the winners, and a $25,000 prize pool of credits for the team. Second place, 6,000 USD, glove knife combo as well, and 15,000 credits. Moving over to bronze, third place, $3,000 cash, knife combo, and then 10,000 credits. Fourth place will receive $1,000 knife combo and 5,000 credits. And fifth through eighth place will also be receiving something, $500 in cash and 3,000 credits. And this is something I'm very excited about, the most valuable player award. And this is going to be giving, this award will be given out to one player per region. So North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. And they will be receiving $250. And that is separate from the prize pool. So if your team were to be second placed, you win $6,000 in cash. Your team gets that. If you are the MVP of that region, that $250 is in addition to that prize pool money. Well,
Yeah,
we
a
know,
lot of
of course.
amazing prizes, I guess you could say all these teams are competing for. I mean, 25,000, a really big prize pool. I think it's the biggest one we've had for an individual Critical Ops event in a while.
Yep.
Taking a look up next, we're going to be seeing the schedule for future matches. Currently, you can see we are in the preliminaries round 2. More specifically for today, we're doing the North American stream. Starting next weekend, we're going to be having more streams, and they're going to start rolling over towards the official Critical Ops Esports channel, where we will be doing the conference rounds to start making our way over towards the grand finals. So it's going to be the next 2 weekends in November, as well as going to move on to December as well for some more future matches. We'll be having the first weekend of December with the conference finals, I believe. And then after that, we're going to go the following weekend, Friday through Sunday, with third place, and then the grand finals, day 1 and day 2 that following weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be an absolute crazy next month here. Lots of critical ops action with some of the best teams. And speaking of the teams, Manthus, will you go ahead and introduce all the participating teams currently here that have qualified for the Worlds tournament?
Oh yeah, so we can take a look on screen here and see all the teams that are all the regions. Now, we should keep in mind some of these teams have already been eliminated up to this point, but this does show currently the 32 teams that were invited initially. Again, these teams were invited based on the most amount of points they had, which were determined based on some of their previous what's it called? Their previous standings from circuit and from some other mobile esports tournaments and other official tournaments. And so
Mhm.
those top teams that had the most amount of points were invited to compete for Worlds. Again, some of them have already been knocked out, and we can actually take a look here at the bracket in just a second and see currently what match we're actually going to be seeing today. It's going to be on this bracket, mobility versus underestimated. You can see they both already moved on to the winners number 2 spot. The winner of this match will be guaranteed a spot in the conference rounds. They will get to move on 100%. Now the loser will not be knocked out quite yet. They will drop down to that elimination 2 bracket and play versus Invertise. The winner of that match will get to move on. But at least if you win tonight, you can safely guarantee your spot moving forward in Worlds. So definitely some high stakes that we're going to be playing for tonight.
Indeed. Before we get into the teams themselves, though, predict the winner and the prizes. The new smart voting system. Mantis will explain to the viewers what this is and how they can utilize it.
Yeah, so we do have a little voting system that we introduced for the World Championships. So basically, we just introduced a smart voting system. If you go to play.mobileesports.org/dashboard/voting, you can go ahead and vote for matches that are taking place. Now, as of this point, all the matches for this weekend are closed if you try and go there right now. But starting, with the matches that are coming up next weekend, you will be able to vote for those ahead of time and put some points towards the team that you think is going to win obviously the way it works is if you put points towards the team and they win, you will get some extra points back. If you put points towards them and then you are incorrect about your prediction, you're going to lose those points. And so there's going to be a little leaderboard as well based on the most number of points in the end. So you can try and show off your prediction skills and see if you can climb that leaderboard. There are credits as well, in-game credits as a prize pool. So literally just by being a viewer and putting your own predictions and voting for which team you think is going to win, you have a chance at winning some in-game critical ops credits. You can see 20,000 in total is the prize pool. It's split among like 10 people or so. There's more information on the website if you go to play.mobileesports.org/dashboard/voting.
Indeed. And here's the matchup: underestimated versus team mobility. Let's go ahead and take a look at underestimated's lineup and their current standings in the last few tournaments and the points they received in order to qualify for Worlds. Manthus, why don't you tell us about underestimated?
Yeah, so we can see underestimated. Their roster consists of some players. Again, some of them have way more experience than others. I guess you could say they've been sort of on and off in previous seasons and stuff. We can tell that Chile is the most experienced, 72 maps with about a 58% win loss. Their ratings overall looking good though. Usually when you see a team that has ratings all above 1.0, you can tell they're going to be doing good. Again, that's rating, not KD ratio, just to clarify for everyone watching. The rating has its own little formula that's based off various things like their performance and assists and maps played, stuff like that. But overall, those good ratings are what you like to see in a team. So underestimated definitely have some good stats to back them up. We can also go ahead and take a look at their previous placements and tournaments. We can see Circuit Season 4, they did not compete. Embers of Victory Season 2 did not compete either. And then in Circuit Season 5, they came in main number 1, placed pretty low, 5th place. Then main number 2, they were the winners, and then in the finals, they were the winners as well. So underestimated, I guess you could say, are kind of like the new talent that have shown up to the NA scene.
Well, here's a new name: mobility. Just saw some people in the chat asking, who's mobility? Manthus, you want to go ahead and give the lowdown on them?
Yeah, we could talk about mobility a bit. We can see there the tag they're representing is Seminole. That's because this used to be the Seminole lineup. For a while, they've been under a lot of different names. They used to play under Elevate, so that might clear up some stuff for you guys. Right now, they're playing under the Org Mobility. You can see their roster on screen as well, and they also have some very good ratings, some very good win-loss ratios and stuff like that. I mean, look at that. Eluse has a 100% win-loss out of 11 maps. I know he has less maps, but that's still pretty impressive that he has 0 losses. But yeah, some of these players are very experienced. You could see Ox has 88 maps in total. So yeah, a lot of these players definitely have performed a lot well in the past. We can also see their previous tournament standings just to let everyone know. Again, these are probably going to be under different names. They might not have been representing mobility back then, but they still have their standings that we can see. In Circuit Season 4, they were in second place in main 1, second place in main 2, and then they ended up coming back and winning in the finals. Embers of Victory season 2, they were the winners as well in the finals. And then Circuit season 5, they won main 1, placed 4th in main 2, and then in the grand finals they ended up going second. So Underestimated was that first team. Mobility ended up getting second place. So that gives you guys a bit of an idea about who these teams are that are competing today.
Indeed. Before we hop into the match, we're almost there. Let's take a look at the community votes. Underestimated, currently heavily favored at 83% compared to 17% for Mobility. And like you just mentioned, Manthus, this is a rematch of the grand finals for the North America region. It's kind of cool to be seeing this so early on in the World's tournament. Underestimated versus Team Mobility, formerly known as Seminole. And I think we're about ready to hop on into the knife round here. We're waiting for the final confirmation, and we should be good to start map 1. Chat, let us know your predictions down in the comment section down below, as well as voting in the YouTube poll. Taking a quick look at the YouTube poll right now. Underestimated favored at 60% versus 40% for Team Mobility. So Underestimated still in the lead, but not as big of a difference as we just saw there in the community votes poll. Here we are, knife round underway. We'll see who's starting on what side here. It looks like it's going to be Team Mobility. Minty just like, yeah, I'm good.
He just gave up at the end. There's no chance. Now, I feel like one thing I'm going to point out real quick, we're playing on Grounded. Now, I know Mobility and Underestimated have clashed on this map in the past for Circuit. I believe Underestimated ended up straight up wiping them. It was like 13-5 or something. It was or maybe it was 13-3. Either way, it was a very short match for Mobility on Grounded. So the question is, are they more prepared coming into this map here? Because just from their previous track record versus Underestimated, I don't think that, just their standings show they're not as ready.
Yeah, and you look at just Team Mobility in general with their maps played. Grounded, they're at a negative on Grounded. They played it several times, pushing 20, but currently at a negative win-loss ratio. It looks like a 0.87% on the side of Grounded. Ooh, a lot of missed shots there, but ultimately able to land them on Shelly. Elu's doubling up. MR96 action coming in here from the side of Underestimated currently, a 3 versus 3 situation. And there's Rap eliminating Minty Fresh there. I'm at 10 on the clock. Looks like they're going to go ahead and back out and try to work their way around towards A, maybe? I don't know. Does it make the sense to move? They have plenty of time to do that. Might try to stay here, see if they can play for a pick. And then try to plant that bomb on B. V-Pop very low on HP. Melva, not as low, but not in great standing either.
Yeah, definitely not good in the HP. I know we had a little frag, you do some chip damage to Melva there. Both players currently, I believe, it will only take one bullet, maybe even from an XD to drop both of them. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't know the full math behind the new statistics, but Elu's able to drop V-Pop, and now Melva's alone, but he gets tagged. Yeah, there we go. Now he's in the red HP zone. There's not much you can do in this situation. I mean, 28 seconds on the clock. Even if he has time to rotate all the way to A, I highly doubt that Mobility will let him get this bomb plant. Oh, he's going to try and go back, but surely they're not going to leave the site open. Yeah, we're going to have Rap staying here, anchoring the site, trying to make sure he can deny this bomb plant from Melva. But Melva has to go for it at this point. There is no advantage to saving. He might as well just try and see what he can get done. Only 7 seconds on the clock, though. He's running out of time. Technically, can't even plant, so I'm not really sure what the thought process is here. But Mobility picking up that pistol round, definitely having the good start they've needed. Considering their current track record on Grounded.
First point going to them. They'll have the cash advantage moving in here, and they're going to properly utilize that all by buying up some M first. The long pistol round came right down there to the last few seconds. You don't normally see that. Underestimated. Was that 4 MR96s and 1 Deagle. No armor bought by any of these players either. And it's going to be an A site push. It's going to be pretty quick. Agonize coming around the corner. Oh, he sees Kelly. Quickly decides to pop back in. Responds with a flashbang. Rap should know these players are out here closer to the left. There's Agonize. Finds one. Grabs the headshot on Shelly. Tries to go back and doubles up on V. Pop at his top like soda popping. Agonize coming to the third. Getting the 4. Double Lord Farquad. And he's going to get the ace stolen from him. But he did a phenomenal job. All I need is a princess down. He'll be a true king.
Yeah, huge round by Mobility there. And again, I know you kind of mentioned it, but I was I was very interested by the underestimated by. I cannot believe that they went for 4 revs. Like you always see teams favor the Deagle, and I know that there's kind of like a balance to the two. Like the rev is good in some situations, the Deagle is good in some, but especially you never see the rev being bought that often. Everyone always prefers the Deagle.
Yeah. That is usually the case, and here we are, another round with the revolvers. Less this time, though. We got 2 Deagles, well, now only 1. V-Pop's going to strike, trying to agonize for him to do more damage to his team. It's Rap coming in, finding 1. He's going to double up, no problems. Goes for the 3rd, and Eluse is there once again to put down Melva. Mobility working very well. Now, Underestimated has been on eco these last few rounds, and this should be the first round we see them actually buying some real guns, and I would say the feeds that Mobility has picked up the last couple of rounds won't be as easy for them to get here.
Yeah, sticking with the M4 on the bonus economy, it might not be working out as well. However, they do have plenty of money to work with in the future. It seems Underestimated are sticking to the A side. They've been pretty using, at least I should say, pushing the site a lot, but I guess they're not full committing this time, just taking it a little bit slower. We could see a loose, maybe about to have an altercation with some players in A mid. He spotted out V-Pop there, it seems. A lot of these players have pushed up. Underestimated is slowly starting to take a little bit of map control as the timer ticks down. We are approaching minute 15-second mark, and Eluse opens up with the first pick of the round on a V-Pop. That is going to be a pick A mid, and vital information for Mobility that they are down a man. As of right now, the bomb is still sitting in the back over towards lobby. These Underestimated players are pushed up very far onto Wagon. I'm not sure if their presence is known or not, but Underestimated could potentially choose to go A here, or maybe these players will anchor it and just try and sell a fake or something like that. But 52 seconds on the clock, and it seems the bomb is making its way over towards A, but Mobility are reading this well. I mean, they've stacked 2 players on A and 2 in the back holding the crosses. Well, what is that wallbang from Rap? Hello? Dude just turned on his hacks for a second or something. Agonize hit a nice headshot through the window plane. More traits coming out on the side. Minty is the last one alive over towards main. He's gonna find 1, but Ox comes in with a quick refrag. Talk about that wallbang. I mean, what was that from Rap there?
Yeah, no kidding. Definitely caught them off guard and surprised them. Underestimated now currently trailing by 4 here as we move into round number 5. Still plenty of cash for them to work with, and the SG seems to be what is on the menu tonight here for round number 5 for Underestimated. Still early on here, but so far Mobility is putting up a phenomenal fight. Bomb is definitely favoring this B site. There's been a lot of pushes towards A. Wouldn't be surprised if they do decide to go ahead and take that bomb down towards B. There's a couple players hanging out here over by Wagon, though. See if they can pick up a couple frags. Should have an altercation here. Agonize working that smoke. Is about to start dissipating. Chelly's the first to spot him out. Tries to land some shots on him, but isn't able to drop him. And Flash responded there, and Agonized able to escape with just a little bit of HP left. Oh my gosh, here comes Rap. Melva and Chelly both here, unaware of his position. He's back up the corner, drops 1, quickly strays across, and tries to go back for the other, but he's going to run back inside, just teasing them right now. It's like playing whack-a-mole. Mobility currently having a man advantage over Underestimated. Melva in a little bit tight spot, low on ammo, and stuck there on Wagon. And Agonized, once again, coming with a big wall bang.
He's been utilizing the angle a lot on the A side. I guess it's a bit of an off angle Underestimated aren't expecting. Now Eluse has to put in the work to shut down this B-sided push and see if he can continue the flawless streak Mobility has so far. Flash is coming out. Only 30 seconds on the clock. So at this point, Underestimated, they have to go for B, and Mobility knows this. They're going to be over-rotating. All hands on deck trying to stop this push. Eluse and Juke finding picks. Def is the last one alive on site, but he's not going to be able to do anything. Eluse finding that other pick as well. Mobility taking a strong lead, 5-0. Definitely proving us wrong as far as their previous statistics so far. Might be a little early to call that though. I mean, this is a coalition-sided map. They are starting on the dominant side. But again, if you're Underestimated, you cannot let that snowball pile up.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any map you're going to 13-2 a pro team on, this is usually that map. That coalition side is just very, very powerful here on this side. Def doubling up, making a whole lot of noise. Loose, finishing out Chelly with that frag grenade. Man advantage is currently in favor of Underestimated, and they're pushing this B site quite hard. Bomb is still coming outside of B long, and it should push up over here to the site. They can get one more pick, so that bomb can be planted. Utilities coming out. Rap right here on the side of V-Pop. I think Rap might... Oh, V-Pop actually decided to back up. I thought Rap might have the opportunity to kill him. Bomb working on being planted right now. Def is the bomb planter. Agonize a Rap moving up. Def's gonna have an opportunity to take out Rap, and he does indeed. Deep there fighting Agonize, and it's just loose. Need to be cleaned up now, and it'll be the first point on the board here for Underestimated.
Oh man, so many warning shots being fired. He has to deal with a tricky 1v2 here. One of the players is backed up into B mid, so it's going to be very tough for Eluse doing this now. But headshot on a V-pop. Last player over towards B-long. Does Eluse have time to go for this clutch? I mean, as long as he can win this gunfight on the B-long player, but he knows he can play the time game here. Eluse is going to swing it though, but no, there's no one to contest it. What is going on right now? I don't think Eluse has time for this, and yeah, Def is going to win out that clutch there, giving Underestimated their first round on the board.
Mobility almost pulled that off, though.
It was a nice effort by Eluse there, but ultimately, the time was not on his side.
Moving it around number 7 here. Bomb, once again, moving out here towards concessions, favoring B. They'll quickly look and see if anybody's inside a baggage claim they can take advantage of. Maybe pick up an early kill on. Coalition definitely favoring the A side here. You can see Loose watching metal detectors. And Agonized and Rap over here by A site. Chelly winning a huge battle versus Rap there. There's only one player now left alive on that A site. It's Agonized working his way out to check his wagon out. Looks like B is going to be the site they're committing to here. They're going to put the wedding ring on its finger, or I guess plant the bomb. It would be a better analogy there. Minute 5 here on the clock. They're definitely taking their time moving up. They're looking to see if they can get one more pick. They made a little bit of noise over towards A, and now Ox just spotted out. I believe that was V-pop. Should see some players beginning to rotate over. Yep, definitely going to see some players rotating. Agonize going to leave A site and get on over to try to help out on B. Only 2 players over here right now, Eluse and Troop respectively. Bomb has been left inside of B long. They're just working on playing for kills right now. I don't know if that's on purpose or not.
Yeah, but that bomb is crossed under the side, and they should be able to get this bomb plant unless Agonize is able to pounce on someone here. But no, he's going to get dropped. I don't think Eluse is winning this one. He finds one. I mean, you never know. Maybe he can work this head glitch and find a couple easy kills as the Underestimated get a little undisciplined. He might get some. Yeah, there we go. Finds another. This is looking winnable now. A little bit of deja vu from the previous round, except this time he has some utility to work with. Maybe smoke off that B glass to help him out in this clutch. Eluse, oh, spots him going for that little jump spot right there. And now he has to decide how is he going to isolate these gunfights. Man, that player just keeps teasing him with those jump peaks, and V-pop is going to headshot him with the AK, ultimately giving Underestimated their second round on the board.
This is what you want to see from Underestimated on the breach side right now. 2 points already to their names. I've seen some people say, you know, it was going to be 13-0. Yeah, not quite. If you're Underestimated right now, you're able to get 2 more points on the board. You go into the flip only down by 4. That is a phenomenal spot to be in on this map.
Oh yeah, and also, while we are, you know, kind of on a bit of a slow-paced round, I gotta point out, we see the first Scar H coming out from Eluse, but he's gonna get dropped right as I mention it. That is a Scar down over towards A mid. Chelly's gonna be winning that gunfight onto him. Now Ox holding this B-long position. All 5 players are here on the side of Underestimated. Hopefully Ox doesn't over peek and, you know, die here. He's gonna able to spot Def, but no, the jump peek catches him off guard. And somehow Def is winning that gunfight while in the air. He gets another one onto Troop, and now Underestimated have gotten the momentum they need to move forward. Agonize, oh, he has to reload that gun. This timing could get him here. He spots the players over towards B, able to get a 2K with that spray, and he still has a little bit of ammo to work with. Will he reload or not? 8 bullets is not going to help him too much if all of these players swing him at once. But right now, he has a very good spot, and Troop is ready to support as well. And he's able to get one more before getting dropped. This is looking doable. Yeah, Troop finding one now. So 1 versus 1. Melva has 44 seconds to work with. Gonna choose to take a bit of an aggressive peek instead of going for sight. I think Rap is reading this well, though. He's backing off and trying to see. And there we go. Oh, but Melva's gonna win the gunfight anyways.
Underestimated beginning to come in here. Getting warmed up. Had to get the fingers stretched out and move the neck around a little bit. They've closed the gap Mobility has created, only down to 2 now. It's 5-3 as we move into round number 9. They've been going B a lot. It looks like A is now going to be the site they're going to be heading towards. And Underestimated. They have an altercation shortly here with these players here. by metal detectors. Grabs the first strike, finding Melva, and Chelly is about to get his world rock if he's not careful, but it's FP6. Eluse missing multiple shots and ultimately going to lose. Chelly doubled up with the SG in hand. It's up to Agonize by the wagon to start bagging these players. Don't know if he's going to be able to do it. They've actually decided to back off. Rap avoiding that flashbang coming in, and there's only 2 players alive here now on the mobility side. Smoke Grenade coming out. Rap trying to stay alive, but Def is going to wall bang, and it's all up the Troop here. And this is definitely going to be one that's difficult to do.
Oh man, that timing.
Ooh, coming in. And Chelly with the pre-fire gave away his position, but it didn't even matter. He's able to land a full burst into Troop's chest and drop him. Underestimated has put that 4 points on the board. You got to be happy. Anything else is now just icing on the cake for them.
Yeah, it's definitely not the win streak you want to see for your mobility. I mean, letting Underestimated get 4 in a row, and now this broken buy we see from them, only M4s and, you know, not as much utility. I definitely think an eco is in store for them in the near future if they cannot win a round. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll be able to win this round out with just M4s, but it's going to be a bit tricky considering Underestimated have the superior weapons. Rap's going to have to do some work here on the A side, pulling the knife out. I'm not sure what's going on, but Chelly's going to run in and take him out. Agonize has to do some work on backside now. Gets Chelly kind of low, but cannot find the kill. And now the bomb is going down on the A side. We have a 3v5 retake on our hands. Eluse trying to run inside, do some work. He's able to find Chelly. Gets the second one to V-Pop. He's not done putting in impact just quite yet. He's able to get a third onto Death. This is looking like a huge run for Eluse. They're able to find 3 picks. But now both these players double up towards the wagon. Eluse going for the aggressive peek. And Minty is going to win that gunfight versus him. Underestimated, making it 5-5. I'm telling you, dude, mobility, they're getting so many... These past couple rounds, they make it close in these retakes. And then they just can't close it out.
Yeah. That is exactly what's going on. Mobility crumbling here. Eluse 18-6 though, having a phenomenal game, but even though you're 18-6, a nice 3 KD, it is not helping your team out at all here.
Yeah, and I know I was saying an eco round is in store, but now that we're 5-5 and they aren't taking an eco, I guess they're just gonna have to stick it out for the remainder of the match. At least they were able to secure a couple Augs for this round. Aux is the first one getting dropped. Agonize dropping as well. Troop responds for the pick, and Melva is in the red HP zone. Oh, and Rap has spotted Chelly lurking here over towards A, and he wins that gunfight on him. That's going to be huge to potentially secure mobility this round. We're in a 3v3. Both players, both sides kind of similar in the HP department. So can't really say it's favoring either one right now. Underestimated trying to make a move towards the B bomb side. All 2 of these players on the truck, one sitting in B mid. Troop is holding a very nice angle right now. And Eluse is just sort of toying with them on side, trying to make sure they don't have enough safe space to plant. Just a couple warning shots fired and stuff like that. Now, Rap is still anchoring the A side. He's a bit paranoid that they might rotate. As of right now, it doesn't seem to be the case. Eluse finding that little spam through the smoke. That's going to be V-Pop getting dropped. Frag comes back in response. As of right now, mobility does have the man advantage, but Underestimated has gone the bomb plan. Now they've choked the past couple of retakes. Will they choke this one? Again, this time for the first time, they will have a player advantage going into it. Rap is going to drop Nova. Now Minty's alone in a 1v3. He's able to drop 1. Rap is very low, so this could actually be doable by Minty if mobility slip up and maybe turn this into some 1v1 situations that shouldn't be happening. But Troop is going to sit there and swing around that truck. They play that together perfectly. I mean, not much I can say about that retake. It was well executed, well teamwork, and mobility picks up a 6th round, finally stopping the win streak from Underestimated.
Yeah, mobility needs to put another point on the board because they're just about to go into the flip. You're going to be giving Underestimated the coalition advantage here on grounded as soon as we go into the flip. 7-5, even for Underestimated though. Phenomenal showing, and they could go into the flip tied. That'd make me a little nervous if I was mobility having to play on the breach side tied up. A is going to be the sign of choice once again. Agonize moving back and forth. He's looking over towards his wagon right now. Eluse coming through connector. He misses the player. Just moved right by him. It's Chelly. And Eluse is actually going to end up fighting him. Agonize trying to dodge his bullets coming in through the smoke right now. And Eluse throws out a frag grenade. I guess he might have thought somebody was there. A little game sense going wrong. Minty's going to eliminate Rap. And it's a... Well, now there's another play getting dropped. Underestimated having the man advantage. Agonize coming out trying to frag these plays and to pick up 1, but quickly traded out there by Melva. It's a 3 versus 2 now. Mobility needs to do something or it's going to be tied up going into the flip. It's Troop and Aux left alive. They need to turn the music down to focus up on the game sounds and the cues. Troop finds 1, trying to go for the other. It's a little bit bumpy here as it's moving down the road. Aux getting dropped. Melva is the man to do that. And Troop is now the last player up to live. Finds Minty. He might be able to catch Melva here. Very low Troop is
and he
able to do
wins
it.
it.
Melva running out of ammo, and it's going to be 7-5 as they go into the flip here. Still a good showing for Underestimated. You're only down by 2 on the flip. Now you have the coalition advantage.
Yeah, definitely not a bad start. I think it's vital that Mobility wins this pistol round, because if they can't make it work, then they're going to be in trouble. Now, the question is, which side will they choose to execute? Considering that they have a couple long-range pistols, it seems they might go for B as a site of choice. If Underestimated, if their long-range pistols get dropped in their execute, then they're going to have a hard time retaking this. As of right now, though, no hard push is being made quite yet. It seems as though Eluse is lurking by himself. Vpop holding this, and he's going to get tapped. Or, I'm sorry, he's going to tap Ox. What an amazing shot. And that's going to be the opening pick for our pistol round. Mobility definitely did not need that. And he gets another one of Troop. He's not done yet. He's still looking for more. Vpop showing why the revolver might be better than the deagle for everyone watching. And he gets a third. Someone stop this man. What is going on? Almost gets the fourth. I thought he was going to find the one, but Def gets it. But still, huge round by Vpop. They could not get past his revolver on B long. Wow.
Underestimated winning that. They'll have the cash advantage moving here into round number 14, and it should give them the ability to take it, and we will be tied up here if that happens. We'll see what Mobility is able to do. All of the Meraki P250s might just want to go ahead and get this Ego round over with nice and fast and move on into round number 15. AR-15 here from Chelly, backing up, taking a quick little sight through the red dots, see if he can find anybody coming outside of metal detectors. Oh, there's one right there teasing him just a little bit. He's able to land the shots, and Jelson will drop him. There's Def doubling up, but he gets quickly traded out there by Troop right after. Chelly chasing, finding Troop, and gonna drop him. 7-7, all tied up here as we move into round number 15.
Now, interesting, but I've never seen teams go for the AR-15s over the M4s before. But I guess it's working out for Underestimated. Maybe they're a bit familiar with those weapons and how they work.
Yeah,
overall, very underused weapon.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh man, that frag grenade might catch him off guard. Loose, just dodging it. Still does a good amount of damage to him though. They're definitely looking over towards A. They might decide to move the bomb over towards B. You can see right now Minty is moving up B long. Might have an altercation here with Ox. They're both checking that area. Minty firing a warning shot down there. Not quite sure which way they want to go yet. They're just trying to get a pick here and try to put the body count board in their advantage. At least that's what I'd say they're doing. 3 players grouped up here by metal detectors. They gotta be careful. Get a well-placed frag grenade there again. We'll soften those guys up. Rap is going to go ahead and pick that bomb up. Throws it out to Eluse, and it seems B is going to be the ultimate side of choice here. Minty is still here watching B long.
I tell you what, if this BXQ works out well enough for Mobility, Rap's lurk could come in very huge here in the later part of the round. Minty spots those players out. He's going to get the first kill, gets another player low as well, Loose, down to almost no HP. Now Melva has to do some work over on the site here. And now at this point, Underestimated knows and execute Felon. Nice headshot from him though onto Melva. So many picks are coming out. Everyone is dying, and Vpop is the last man alive. And now this is the part where they should try and get the bomb plant. Again, Vpop might try and deny it. He's going to spot out that player in A mid, and Troop is going to take him out. Mobility going to be picking up their first round of the half.
Underestimated seems like they're going to go ahead and inflict an eco round on themselves here. Mobility winning that last round. Getting some extra cash to work with and pulling out some nice AKs and SGs to work with.
Oh, that flash is going to get him off angle. Now, Mobility trying to make the A side work. They do have the rifle advantage here, so this should be a pretty easy take for them. Chili able to get one with the deagle, though. He's showing that he is a deagle warrior right there. Rap coming in with a refrag, but I mean, the picks were at least there a little bit for us there. They managed to find one. Just say that 2 more get dropped. Vpop is alone now. This man is a warrior with this revolver. I mean, he doesn't miss most of the time. I don't know what to say. The bomb has been planted, but I mean, I don't know if Vpop will be able to make this one work. only a rover to work with. At least the damage has been done to mobility. You could say that they've done their job on the secret round, even if he cannot win it out. They've at least put a dent in the economy of mobility. I think VPop is just trying to play for some exit frags, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe see if he can secure a rifle or something. Definitely knocked me going for this defuse, though.
Bomb's about to go off here. And Ox ends up losing his life. There he is able to pick up a rifle and secure it and take it on into the next round. It's an AK-47 there. That'll save his team just a little bit of cash. Mobility is retaking their lead up by 2 here. They lose 21-12, still having a phenomenal match. Agonizer below at 14-11, hopping over looking at the top 2 players for the side of Underestimated. Def at 15-13, and Chelly at 13-12.
I don't want to count anyone out, but as of right now, Ox not having the best performance, I guess you could say, looking at his KD ratio. Maybe at some point he will wake up, but for now he's not really doing too much as far as the KD department for his team.
Yeah, his music's playing a little too loud, looks like. Working on feeling each other out. Bomb is over here towards B. You can see players looking down B, long looking for that early pick. Minute left here on the clock. Nobody's been down just yet. You can see the rotation coming in from these players on the mini-map. They got a good idea that this is going to be the side of choice. 4 now working on B side. There's only 1 left over here on A. That's going to be VPop. Breacher set up, and we should start seeing some action here. Melva going to open it up and drop it down Agonized. He exposed himself just a little too much. Alous here adding another smoke to the party. He knows his player's on his left. He's going to try to pick up that SG. He's able to do so without taking any damage. 30 seconds on the clock. They need to go ahead and make the decision and push up. They're going to have to get Minty off of this spot. Alex is able to do it. Melva going to trade out Alous, but Chelly quickly picking up the refrag on Ox. Now only 2 players at the live on the side of Mobility, and this looks like it's going to be a round going in favor of Underestimated. Troop going to stomp on Def's head. Looks like he's going to try to save that SG. There's 12 seconds here on the clock.
Oh, he might fight VPop here if the timing doesn't work out for them, but I think Troop is just going to make his way into the scanners and save. VPop probably doesn't have time to push him here, so it's pretty safe to say Troop has successfully saved this SG going into the next round. And as of right now, Underestimated responding with a round of their own, looking to tie this up heading into round 18.
Feel like it could be anybody's game at this point. You know, you got to favor Underestimated just a little bit, being there here on the Coalition side ungrounded, but Mobility so far has been putting up an impressive performance on the Breach side. Here in a broken buy situation for them, we'll see what they can do. Grenades coming in, do a little bit of damage. It's VPop might have an opportunity to line up with these players. Chelly's also flashed. They're working on the utility utilization perfectly. They're moving here at the smoke. They just got a red carpet all the way into the bomb site. VPop's going to find one, double it up, make it to 3K. Oh, but he isn't able to get it. He just firing randomly through the smoke, and he's going to put down to the ground, but his teammate Chelly is going to be able to protect him. Troop is the last man left alive, actually has an SG in his hand, is able to do a little bit of damage.
Oh my god.
A mean flip on him, and there we are, all tied up.
Telling you, VPop, put a revolver in this man's hands, he's gonna do some work for you. I mean, he's been popping off with our revolver all game, doesn't even need a gun most of the time. He just whips out that pistol and just gets that tap or gets that flick, whatever it might be, and forces Mobility to lose the round because of it. As of right now, again, kind of I guess not as much of a broken buy, but just not really as much utility as you would expect from a full-on execute. As of right now, it is tied up, so this is not a good situation for Mobility. Considering this is a coalition-sided map, they need to try and see if they can maybe pull off some sort of miracle or something, because that is what they need right now to win this map, I think.
He's a set of choice, opening it up here. Chelly's got a big spot to be in. He finds one, trying to go back for the second. He's going to have to avoid that flashbang coming in, and pretty much avoids all of it. Only a quick little distraction there for him once it went off. The push has been slowed down. We got 1:05 left on the clock here. What are you going to do on the side of Mobility? You got to try to get this bomb planted. You got plenty of time to move all the way around towards A. Should you do it? You're not going to, though. They're going to commit to the side and Agonize and Troop getting kills respectively here. This is big. You're going to have to have that rotation come in from VPop, who's all the way over on A site. Def is trying to wait for him, and it should be an easy bomb plant here for Mobility. Alous is working on that right now, and now it's a 2v3. Yeah, take that back. It's a 2v2 now as Def eliminates Troop.
So many
doing
smokes here.
Yeah, I know. Bebop having to do some parkour around it just to get a little information was valuable. He's able to find one, going for the second. He knows he's on top of the truck, but he's got to be careful not to run out of ammo. Only 11 rounds left, and he's able to land him, leaving 5 in the chamber there. Bomb will be defused, and Team Underestimated will be taking the lead once again.
Yeah, at this point, securing the lead if you're underestimated is definitely a very safe spot to be in for this map, especially considering mobility not really having as much utility as they keep forcing over and over again. Now, interestingly enough, Eluse whipping out the Euratio. I don't think we've seen a sniper yet this game, which is interesting because usually Grounded is very popular for sniping. So I'm surprised that we're this late into the match and it's the first time we're seeing one pulled out. And it's going to be by Eluse. He has been popping off a lot already. We'll have to see if he can carry those rifle skills on over to the sniper, though, because that is really what mobility needs, are some huge, impactful opening picks to win these rounds out. Oh, and Rap is just going to get double teamed there. There's not even anything you can do in that situation. The nade comes out, double swing. He tried to lurk or something. I don't know what was going on, but he was stuck in a corner and Underestimated pounced on him. And now mobility is down a man. And they're getting flanked as well by Chelly. I think they hear him, though. Yeah, Ox is going to win that gunfight onto Chelly. And that's information from mobility. They know a player has lurked. The question is, where are they going to choose to go from here? They still have a minute to work with, so definitely plenty of time to make a decision. But as of right now, Underestimated are split evenly 2A and 2B. So maybe if they decide to go for some mid control, it could help them out just a little bit. But again, you never know.
Four v 4 here. Bomb slowly moving around towards A. There's that pick coming in from Eluse. That was big. Now, if you're on the side of Underestimated, you're going to be a little more worried. You know there's a sniper out here on the field. Melva's got to be careful. Agonize looking like they're going to try to bait out this player over here. That would be Melva, and then Eluse will be able to come with the sniper rifle. Melva finds Ox, and he's going to quickly get dropped by Agonize. Euratio looking across. Def deciding to come up and try to work these angles to avoid getting shot by that sniper rifle, but ultimately still does.
Oh my God.
Is there and incredible.
Those players line up through the smoke. That's unfortunate for mobility. It was looking like they had that one in the bag. I mean, sniper holding the truck, and then he's just going to do a little spray through that smoke and find both. That's got to be unfortunate for mobility. I guess you could say the odds definitely were not in their favor for that round.
Underestimated 2 points away from winning map number 1 here. Eluse pulling out the Euratio once again. Gonna see if he can get an opening pick. They're making a lot of noise over here towards A, but I'm getting the feeling that B is gonna ultimately be the side of choice. Quick trade going down there. Now we're in a 4v4. Mobility keeps doing that. They keep losing that man early on and keeps putting them in these 4v4s or 5v4 situations.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're playing alone, you know, not really as coordinated, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
On the bright side, though, at least if you're a breach-sided player, an even trade is always a good thing for you. It's kind of like the same rule they always say in chess. If you're attacking versus defending, you know, having an even trade is always good because it splits up the defense a bit. And so definitely that's what mobility needs right now, or at least some even trades, if not some picks in their favor. Ooh, Chelly holding this little corner right here. I wonder if mobility will clear this or not. I mean, they haven't used the spot all game yet. They might not even know. I mean, Eluse is going to get dropped. Ox finding one, and Chelly is just waiting patiently to strike. He's not going to peek, though. That player is running back. I think Chelly had an opportunity to kill him, but he decided to hold his ground. But look at this. Mobility are rotating to A. Vpop knows they're crossing. I was able to drop Rap. Tries to get the second kill there onto Troop. Not able to hit the shots just quite yet, though. And I think Troop should be able to cross the site as long as he plays his cards right. Yeah, Troop able to get that pick on a Vpop, and now mobility getting this bomb plant. Not much time, so they have to just go ahead and stick it. Ox gets that pick, but Def coming in for the flank. Ox hears him, though. He is paranoid about this corner. Oh, he turns. I thought he heard him. Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was dancing around, ready to peek the angle, and then he turned his back to the player. He got a little bit confused, I think. Now Troop here over towards this wall, and he's going to win that gunfight onto Def. Mobility getting a much-needed round for them. This is looking like it was Underestimated's game, but mobility are not out for the count yet.
Fantastic map awareness by mobility. I think it was a great call for them to go ahead and make that rotation over towards A. They're able to get the bomb planted for a little extra cash, and then ultimately winning it, closing the gap that Underestimated has. Now down to just 1. It's round number 22 here. It's 11-10, still in Underestimated's favor. But again, it's hard to pick which team is going to win. You have the coalition advantage here, but Mobility's playing phenomenally well on the breach side, and now Underestimated is in an eco situation because they are preparing to go to potentially around 25 here. They're going to take that eco early on here. It should be tied up after it's all said and done.
And V-Pop just got dropped there. The only rifle that was bought, I believe it's going to be secured by Def. But yeah, that solo rifle buy might also be a mistake by Underestimated that you can't really be making right now. I mean, if that affects their eco later on in the game, that could be a problem potentially. I think Mobility comes back to a Def. The secures teammates log, but can't find the kill. Eluse is winning that with an AK. Melva's here with the revolver, ready to do some work. He tags one through that tarp, gets a second headshot. What is this? Melva looking like V-Pop right now, putting in the work with that MR96. I'm telling you, dude, NA they might be an MR96 region rather than a Deagle region. I mean, I know everyone else loves the Deagle, but they have been popping off with the revs. I didn't know it was even possible to be that good with a revolver until I started watching these NA players.
Feel the kids out here. All tied up here, folks. 11-11 as we move into round number 23.
And look at the money as well.
Yep. Yeah, Underestimated not in a phenomenal spot right now. V-Pop is going to have to rock that MR96. As we've already said, that's not a huge disadvantage for him from what we've seen him use. But cash is not great for Underestimated. V-Pop pocket around the corner, see if he can find anybody over here in storage. Couple warning shots being fired, none connected. Look, these players all beginning to pile outside. Trade coming off. V-Pop's able to pick up one. Troop quickly eliminates him, preventing him from doing any more damage to his team. They're working this towards A site right now. Def spreading out. There are players coming on the left and right here. He's going to drop on the ground, finding Ox, but he's not going to pick him up. Ox is going to drop him down. That bomb is now being planted. Chelly putting Troop out of his misery, but Ox quickly with the refrag. 2 versus 3. Right now, Underestimated. Looking good. Might be able to retake this. Minty plays here. The last player alive is Agonize. He's hiding inside the bomb site. He's just
I wonder, do they know? Do they know? I think they do know. He's going to win the first one, but yeah, Melva with the refrag. And it looks like this is going to go to Underestimated. 12-11. Now match point. Mobility currently has to fight to stay alive. Now, I will at least say this. Mobility got a lot of picks. This could have messed a little bit with Underestimated's money. I mean, they just switched over to a win bonus. So at least right now, it seems as though they won't be able to full buy AUGs, all of them. Some of them might, or at least if they do buy AUGs, they won't be rocking full utility with it as well.
Chelly working at the FP6 here. V-Pop with the M4, and the rest of the players going to be able to use AUGs. Underestimated here at match point. But with the weaponry they have, they're definitely going to have to get creative. U-ratio pulled out by Eluse once again. I don't think they'll be expecting Chelly here in this corner with the shotgun. If they do decide to push B, and based on where the player locations are, it does seem like B might be the side of choice. Chelly once again in this cheeky position. We saw that a couple rounds ago with him sitting right outside of B long. Definitely had a lot of patience. It might end up paying off for him. You can see it, bomb slowly beginning to move down. Eluse looking. If he's able to get Eluse out of here and drop that U-ratio, that could be huge.
That would be a huge pick. I don't think they expect the shotgun here.
No, they don't expect it. They're looking down B long. All Chelly has to do is be quiet and just wait. And does he have enough discipline to just wait that extra second to let all those players come in? Romic finds one, tries to go for the second one, but Agonize is going to put him on the ground. Troop definitely just said a couple choice words after that one. They do know that B is going to be the side of choice. You can.
I mean, Underestimated, they're not banking on it yet. They still have 2 on A. This could be Mobility's advantage. I mean, they're reading a rotate, and it's not going to come in. Now, they're getting ready to execute the B side, though the smokes are coming out. Melva finding one before the smoke gets popped, and there's a bit of a gap in this smoke, and it's going to give Def a kill. He gets that second spray down flick onto Eluse wallbang headshot that looked like. 18 seconds left. Rap has to do the impossible to keep his team alive here, but I don't think he's going to be able to win it. Def has the superior positioning, and Underestimated take the first map, 13-11.
Phenomenal showing from each of these teams, but Underestimated just that little bit better. 13-11 here, winning by 2 here in this best of 3 series. They'll be up by 1. Well played to them.
Definitely a much better performance this time, though, than their matchup in Circuit when they played on Grounded. That ended much quicker in Underestimated's favor, and Mobility put up much more of a fight, I guess you could say, this time on Grounded. We should be back with map number 2 very shortly. We got to give these teams some time to do stuff like that, recording and all that kind of stuff. But again, map 2 will be starting very shortly. We'll be heading into that in a couple of minutes. There'll be a break time and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, what did you think about that game, Suddy?
Thought it was phenomenal. Both these teams seem to be playing on a good level. I don't think there's I understand people think underestimated is going to win, but sometimes you see that big gap in votes and whatnot. And you think, okay, is this going to be super lopsided? Are you going to see a 13-2 or something? Thankfully, we did it. I think it's going to be overall a pretty close series, and hopefully we'll end up making it all the way to map number 3. Of course, map number 2 is next up, and it's going to be on Canals. Loose working that U ratio towards the end of the game on map number 1. Definitely going to give him an opportunity to use it here in map number 2 and put it to some even better work. Chad, we got about a 10 to 15-minute break before we go ahead and hop on into map number 2. As Mantis said, the teams have to be able to join and go ahead and get the recording and everything else done before that is ready. We will be back after a quick break time, and we will see you on the flip side. Welcome back, everybody. Map number 2 being prepared as we speak. I accidentally said Canals was going to be map number 2. It's actually map number 3. Soar is where we are headed next in this best of 3 series. Currently, Underestimated is leading 1-0 in this best of 3 series. I'm Sudden Death, and I'm joined by Manthus. How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty fantastic. Again, we did just see Grounded. We will have some replays available for you all, so that we can go and take a look at some of the stuff that happened in the previous match where we talk about, sort of break down how these teams are performing. Overall, I mean, you got to give it to Mobility. They put up a much better performance than I think a lot of people were expecting, considering the map was grounded and their previous statistics did not really favor them on this map. So they definitely showed a much better start and a much better, I guess, fight that they put up on grounded. A lot of people were thinking it would go heavily in Underestimated's favor, and they put up a pretty decent fight. Now, overall, I mean, I guess you got to say Mobility, honestly, they were losing a lot of retakes, I remember. When they were on the Coalition side, they were up like 5-0. They got some good momentum in the beginning. They were taking those rounds nice and easily. And then once it got to 5-0, Underestimated started winning a few. They started getting those bomb plants, and they couldn't quite finish those retakes. A lot of them were super close, bringing it down to like a 1v1 or something. But Mobility just wasn't winning those out. And that sort of caused Underestimated to get a lot of momentum on them. I believe it ended up going back to 5-5 before Mobility made it 7-5 at the flip. So overall, I mean, I think Mobility could have potentially won if they would have just won a couple of those retakes. I'm telling you, I mean, so many of those rounds were so close, and it got to be a little frustrating for Mobility, just knowing like we lost like 3 or 4 1v1s at the end of rounds. Those single rounds could have like turned the tide of the game.
Yeah, most definitely. Easily could have. 13-11, super close. And you're coming into map number 2 on Soar after seeing their performance here. And then this is a map they had, or grounded, they had a negative win-loss ratio on. However, map number 2 being Soar, this is not a map they have a negative win-loss ratio on it. It's one of their better maps.
Yeah, definitely. What was the stats again? I forgot. Aren't they like... It's really high for Soar. It's like 9 wins and 1 loss or something for Mobility, and then Underestimated have only played it once and lost. So definitely you can say Mobility, they're much more prepared for Soar than they probably are for Grounded. I mean, Grounded wasn't one of their better maps. They put up a great fight, so you never know. This second map could very easily go in Mobility's favor. I don't want to call any shots too early, but the statistics at least show that Mobility has way more of a chance of winning Soar than they did on Grounded. So I definitely wouldn't count them out yet. It's very likely possible that this best of 3 will go the full distance. I wouldn't be surprised if we take it to Canals for a map 3.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at stats and how they performed, they definitely did a phenomenal job. I think Underestimated will definitely surprise us if they're able to take the W here on Soar. But we were talking a little bit during the break. Soar's an odd map, the way it plays and everything. You definitely can't have an upset like that coming in, but the more experience you got on a map, again, stats don't tell everything, they don't mean everything, but they give you an idea and overall shading and outline of how it's going to take place. And again, being an odd map, one that's a little bit more uncommon to see when a team has that type of win-loss ratio on it, you got to be feeling very confident.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people like to think Soar, it's kind of like Legacy 2.0, because it's a map that doesn't get played as often, and then it's also just super coalition-sided. That can lead to some very weird matches. I mean, in fact, I'm pretty sure that both of these teams have actually clashed on that map in the past, being Soar. I'm not sure if Underestimated did actually, but I know that Mobility played in it back when they were under a different name. And that was the game where we saw it was like 12-0 on one half and then 13-12 comeback. Just like all 25 rounds won on the coalition side, not a single breach side round picked up. Again, I do think that Mobility might have better... They've had better performances beyond that on the breach side, but again, in the past, we have seen Soar be a map where it's only coalition rounds won for the whole time. So, I mean, I guess technically anything could happen, since it's kind of a bit more of a wacky map, maybe these teams aren't as prepared for it.
Yeah, I think that is what it comes down to. It's just it's not as common. They're just not usually as prepared for it to play on. We saw a loose pull out the ratio in map number 1 coming into Soar. You think he'll be pulling it out there?
Kind of debatable, you know. Ratio isn't super popular for attack. I will say on defending, it's definitely a little popular for B, right? Or I guess I should say more specifically for mid. Having Erasure lock down that mid aisle is typically where we see it. Also, sometimes can be used for pool as well. It seems like there's a lot of good sniper aisles, but ultimately it's so hard to retake with a sniper that it's a huge risk if you buy one, right? Because you buy a sniper and then they don't push you, you have to turn around and try and retake with it. And it can be difficult if you can't find a rifle to pick up or something. So, I mean, the snipers, I think potentially we'll see them come into play, but again, it's very high risk, high reward if you use a sniper. So I think it might only be pulled out in perhaps desperate measures. I think overall we probably won't see too many snipers, but again, I could be wrong. Maybe they will opt to the sniper gameplay. Again, I don't know. Kind of just talking from experience here.
Hmm.
Now, typically, Soar is also a map where you need a lot of good lineups. I guess you could say the smokes and the flashes are a little important when executing A. B, not so much since it's a lot of closed office spaces and stuff like that. So I do think teamwork is a huge part of it, you know, and that's another reason why many teams struggle to, you know, perform well on Soar. Is because sometimes, you know, they'll be making, I guess, undisciplined plays. The teamwork isn't fully there, and if they don't have the utility or you know, stuff like that to back them up, it can be very hard to get rounds on the breach side. So I definitely think this map, similar to Port, it will come down to whichever team has the better game sense, the better game knowledge, I guess you could say, from utility, and also just the better teamwork overall. Those are both very important aspects to winning on Soar.
Yeah, I think in that way, like Soar is another one of these maps that kind of like Port, you have to be very efficient in all of the categories. You can't just rely on raw gun skill, knowing those extra utility spots. It's got to be a little bit of everything, and having that team communication is key. You know what helps with team communication, helps give you the energy to stick through all these matches? It's G Fuel. And Code Esports Mobile right now can get you 20% off anything on gfuel.com for a limited time. That's right, 20% off any purchase on gfuel.com. All you have to do is put in that code Esports Mobile at checkout, and you will save 20% off your entire purchase. Not only do you get the amazing product that is G Fuel, but you get to save yourself a little extra change in the process, while also helping us out here at Mobile Esports, which we do greatly appreciate. It is November. The holidays are coming up. It is crazy that we are here already. It seems like it was just last month. It was the end of 2021, and we were talking about the holidays, but here are 2022. G Fuel makes an excellent gift to give to your loved one that's into gaming, or just maybe not into gaming. Maybe it's a gym. They just need a little extra boost. G Fuel has you covered there. There's tons of little promos and boost items going on right now. And again, you can utilize that code at checkout to save yourself 20% off that purchase, along with the Black Friday BOGO, the starter kits, and all of the different flavor packs and whatnot that you can go ahead and get. For the final time, that's code Esports Mobile at checkout for 20% off.
I do believe we should be hopping into our second map in just a second. Again, we got to give these teams enough time to get their recordings done, make sure they're prepared to go into the match. We got to make sure that all the anti-cheat measures are fulfilled. We got to make sure these players are playing honestly, even if we think they are. There's still nothing wrong with taking those extra measures. And then once they're all in the room, we will be hopping into the knife round. Now, that is a question I do kind of have for you. What do you think is going to happen on this knife round, right? Like, based on whichever team wins, what side do you think a team will opt to start on, considering it's sore?
That is an excellent question. I mean, I I've seen so many teams play this. Sometimes this is one of those maps. Like in theory, all the maps have a coalition advantage because you get to start out and all you got to do is camp the bomb sites. Basically, at the core foundation, that's your job as the coalition. Camp the bomb sites. Don't let the bomb be planted. Obviously, it's more complex in that in the game itself. But this is one of those maps where sometimes the breach can have an advantage. They can play a little faster. I guess it depends on how confident you are on the breach side. You like playing faster. If you are mobility and you win the knife, do you want to start out on the breach side? You are very familiar with this map. You can go ahead and play a little faster, maybe get into those bomb sites a little earlier, catch underestimated off guard, get an early lead. Or maybe you're underestimated. You want to go ahead and go with the tried and true of the coalition, or maybe even start on the breach to get that coalition side. I don't know. It's a toss up. If you'd
It
asked
kind
me
of
any
is.
map, if you'd asked me any other map, I'd be able to tell you what my choice would be. But on this map, it's difficult to say.
I
Like,
definitely will say I think if underestimated wins the knife, they're probably gonna go for coalition side. Reason being, right? I think their goal here, right? Because they don't have as much experience in like tournaments on Soar. So they're probably thinking our best shot is to try and get as much momentum as we can. If we start on Coalition, maybe we can get, sort of in their minds and make them a bit nervous or something. So definitely, I think that going for the Coalition side, if you're underestimated, might be the play here. Again, mobility kind of has a bit more comfort on this map. They could potentially choose to go for either side. But if I were underestimated, I would try and build up that momentum as early as possible on the Coalition side and make it harder for mobility to gain some traction and potentially even win the match.
We're going to be coming into the knife round right now.
Knife round starting out here in just a couple of seconds. We're ready to hop into Soar, and I'm excited for this map. I mean, it's a fun map to cast besides Port. I think Port is still my favorite, but Soar is also just a fun one because you get to really see how the teamwork comes into play on maps like these. They're going to be heading over towards the A ramp to go ahead and knife it out. Question is, who will win this knife and what side are they going to pick? Both these players dancing around each other right now. No shots fired quite yet. I guess I should say no knives swung just yet. But as of right now, it looks like UE's going for the corner stack. Agonize going and gets a 3K. What is that? 4K. Wait a minminute. He got the ace. Okay, dude just got an ace on a knife round. You gotta That's interesting. Agonize showing up, and that is also a sub, by the way, I believe. He didn't play last, oh, no, he did play last map, I'm wrong. But either way, Agonize coming in strong there, getting an ace on that knife round, and he's able to pick the side for mobility. So as of right now, I guess they have a bit of an advantage. They get to choose what side they want to start on for the map they have more experience on.
Yeah, it looks like Mobility will be starting out here on the Breach side, while Underestimated will be on the Coalition side to start out with. So there's the answer. They won. They want to be on the Breach side to start with, maybe play a little more aggressively. And I believe we are ready to go. Restart coming in here. We should be ready to go ahead and hop on into the match.
Oh yeah, pistol round in the way in just a couple of moments. I'm interested to see what these teams will buy as well. The pistol round buys are always my favorite thing to analyze because you got to know, are you going to go for the deagles or are you going to go for the close range gunfights? Typically on the B side, we tend to see more XDs and P250s, whereas for the A side, maybe a bit more longer range pistols, kind of a mix of both. Again, a lot of close up corners. We'll be seeing a lot of shotgun play on this map for sure. That's one thing I can say pretty confidently. It seems like these teams have opted for majority sticking with the default pistols and buying armor, which honestly I can't really complain about that. It seems annoy. I can't tell if he's AFK or just holding the flank. I'm guessing he's holding the flank. Yeah, he's there. He's alive and present. He's just holding a very potential wide flank. I highly doubt Underestimated goes for this, but if they do, they're definitely not going to expect him there. And Mobility are slowly making their way into the B site here. Or actually, maybe not. They're kind of showing a lot of presence around ramp, but they're kind of deciding if they should go reception or take it to A right now. But they only have a minute left on the clock now. Chelly coming in for this flank, but he's not going for the super wide flank, so he's not going to encounter Annoy. I think Annoy's going to make a move now, though. They might encounter each other soon. But now, it looks like Mobility might be choosing to go towards A. They're showing a lot of B presence right now, so that's very interesting. Showing that B presence, they might try and fake a B execute here potentially. Chelly's behind all of them though, and he's gonna get an opening pick onto Eluse, gonna run away, but now Annoy is there waiting for him. He's gonna drop him, and this is looking like it could turn around to be a B execute. I thought it was gonna be A, but I was wrong. They're pushing onto the A side. Agonize has actually pushed up, but he doesn't know that there's a player on the site there, and the gunfights are currently going in favor of Underestimated. It's a 2 versus 3 now. Minty trying to do some work here as well. He's gonna spot out Troop there, and yeah, Underestimated cleaning up that pistol round nice and swiftly.
Well played, Underestimated. Now having the cash advantage, they'll be able to put that to good work, buying some M4s, a little bit of armor, maybe some utility. As they move into round number 2, this should be a pretty easy round for them to pick up. We'll see what Mobility responds with. Looks like they're not going to spend any cash. Oh, I take that back. Annoy's actually going to go ahead and pick up a deagle here, but nobody else is. There'll be one deagle, all P250s, no armor either. I feel like they might just try to go ahead and get this eco round over with quite quickly. Def sees one player coming up. It's Oxraid here. You can hear his music. It's loud and proud. Def doubling up. I don't even know how he got that double kill. Or I guess it was an accidental headshot. Melba in there. Loose, able to pick up a couple kills respectively himself, and he should be able to pick that rifle up off the ground. Bepop knows he's in there. Throws a flashbang. He's going to get him low, and that should be all she wrote there for a Loose. Underestimated, taking round 2 without too many difficulties. 2 players did go down there, so I think overall Mobility had a fair played eco round.
Yeah, pissed around in favor of underestimated is definitely what they want right now if they're looking for a 2-0 clean sweep. That is one way for them to start building up momentum. It seems Mobility is ready to respond with a buy of their own. Not a whole lot of utility to work with, but at least they do have the rifles to help them out for this round. We can see a lot of players bunching up over towards ramp here. Maybe they're going to go for a bit of a ramp execute. It looks like Anoy is lurking on his own over towards mid, while the rest of these players are just sitting around umbrellas. Maybe waiting to see if Underestimated will push out and get aggressive, but it doesn't seem that way. Now, interestingly enough, a lot of these players are rotating off B. I don't know how they're calling that this is clear. Nobody's even holding pool right now. I think eventually Chile will make his way back over there, but Mobility are getting ready to push ramp now. We can see them making their way up here. Def is going to get flashed, and he's forced to run away, trying to save his life. Melba gets one from the reception area, though. Ox is going to come in with a refrag. Now Def comes in, but Ox doubling up before V-Pop refrags. Now they have 3 players on the side of Underestimated, but he's going to get dropped as well. We're down to a 2 versus 3, and look at this. Chele's pushed up so far. He's probably calling to his teammate that they're rotating to B, because he is already all the way over here. And he knows that they are no longer showing presence here. So Chele has some nice positioning here. They won't expect him to be in reception. Mobility has 43 seconds to work. Oh, they're going to go back A, though. They're not even going to commit to B. Now, surely Minty can hear this from B side, and he's probably calling up his teammate, hey, you should go watch the A cross, because I hear them throwing utility. And now we have a bit of an interesting round on our hands. Mobility going for an A take. Both underestimated players are here and ready for them. Minty shooting some warning shots. Chele able to open up with a pick here. And Minty gets another one to Anui. Alus is the last one. He finds one. Chele is alone on site here. And he's going to get that wallbang headshot to close out the round. Mobility almost picking up their first round, but not quite.
So far, a good showing from Underestimated here on this map. Again, very early on. This should be statistically speaking, this is usually the round where the team that just lost the last 3, the pistol round, and then the 2 after that, put the first point on the board. We'll see if that holds true. All AKs coming out for Mobility, and it looks like they'll be wrapping around poolside, trying to push that B site here.
With the 5 AKs is a bit interesting to me. I mean, kind of makes you feel like they could have taken an eco round, but they chose to force AKs instead. Alus making it work, though, opening up onto Chele. He tries to play aggressively. V-Pop finding a little straight through that smoke, though, for a refrag. I think Alus tried to run up for that gun, and V-Pop read that play. As of right now, we are currently tied up on the man advantage. It seems though Mobility's making a move up over towards the pool area. Def is going to get tagged down very low, 15 HP to work with. A little frag for some chip damage on Annoy, but overall, HP advantage currently in favor of Underestimated, but they also have the rifle advantage, so I'm not sure if Mobility can make this one work. The bomb is still kind of lingering in the back, so maybe they'll choose to rotate. They have about 50 seconds to work with, so still plenty of time for them to make a decision if they want to stake it out or not. Kind of looking like they might just go for the execute. I'm not sure. They're pushing up a little bit. Anoy's taking kind of an aggressive peek, but Melva is here on top of this McLaren. I don't know if Anoy expects them here. Oh, Melva gets that flick headshot onto Anoy, though. It's not was the worth the pressure, but he couldn't win the gunfight. And V-Pop pops around that corner. He's going to take out Ox. Now it is down to a 2v4. Minty is ready. He knows they're coming towards B, and he needs to get these picks, or else Mobility is getting a bomb plant. But Aganois is going to win that gunfight. Minty not even finding one, and Mobility secure the bomb plant. That's at least money in their pockets, potentially even the round winner if they can hold this site. Troop getting a pick on a V-Pop. That's going to be huge. Def is very low as well. Could go in Mobility's favor. Agonize swinging out, and he's able to drop one. He's able to find Troop, but Melva's so low, and Agonize just run and gun hits him with a singular bullet from the AK to close it out. Huge round by Mobility there. I thought they were going to win it with the AKs, but they managed to pull through, and look at that. Now Underestimated has to take an eco. Mobility should be able to put a second round on the board unless they sort of fumble the bag here.
Underestimated, like you said, now in this eco situation, should be able to take that second round or second point on the board, take round number 5 away from Team Underestimated. We'll see what they have to say about it, though. Def moving down ramp here, playing very aggressively, pushing up, trying to catch these players off guard. Sees one up top. He's going to miss the first shot and Agonize, and he quickly gets punished. V-Pop with that MR96 in hand, we know he can do some good damage with it. Should have an altercation here in a second. Oh, Troop is going to put him down on the ground before he can even get a shot off. Mobility working the advantage that they do have. Melva coming around the corner here, firing multiple shots, has missed each and every one of them so far. Underestimated here in a tough spot. Chele low HP, and an agonizing Annoy coming and doubled up on those players, and Melva is now the last player up alive, and there it is.
He's gonna swiftly get dropped there. Interestingly enough, it seems though Underestimated chooses to go for Deagles on this map instead of the Revs, just because they know Deagle is probably more favorable in this close range gunfight. So I know they were kind of the Rev warriors on Grounded. Now they're switching back to the Deagle, so I guess they're kind of showing why the pistols are versatile based on what maps you're playing and what angles you're holding. But overall, actually, just as I say that, they whip out the revolvers instead, Minty and Def, instead of going for Deagles. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Def is actually contesting this angle. That's going to be interesting to see if he can find one here. He's pushing up. He doesn't even care. What is he doing? He's going to get dropped by Alus immediately. He played that super aggressively. That was a bit of a questionable play. Also, I guess we should note, they were on a bit of a split buy. They ecoed last round, and then not all of them could buy again. Only 3 of them rocking M4s, 2 of them sticking with the pistols, and Minty's the other pistol player. He's already very low, could potentially get dropped. He's trying to find some shots through the smoke, but unable to connect any so far. Warning shots fired. Minty trying to see if he can find just a little bit of value with the over. If not, Mobility is going to drop him very soon.
Minute 2 on the clock. Man is down here on the side of Underestimated.
Oh my god, he got that sucks. You gotta being stuck on that little post right there while flash, that sucks. Troop able to drop Minty, but he does get some nice chip damage and breaks the armor on Troop before he goes down. VPop is still holding this side. He is not giving up quite yet. Nova, nice headshot to Annoy as well. They're not out for the count just quite yet, but just as I said that VPop gets dropped to Melva, 10 HP. I don't know, this is going to be a tough one. Now, he is choosing to play passively instead of trying to deny the plant. If he would have died before the bomb is planted, that's less money Mobility's pockets, but now they have a bomb plant, and Melva's going to have to go and make a move here. I think he spots that player's head there. Yeah. Oh, what is... No, wait, he had no ammo. Oh, no. That is so unfortunate. I'm like, oh, he has a free kill, and then he tried to shoot. Nope, pop that reload. That is an unfortunate scenario to be in. Oh man, I'm surprised his teammates didn't communicate to them. Hey, your gun has no ammo, by the way, dude. You gotta be careful. So that's gotta suck. I'm not gonna lie.
All tied up here, 33. That early lead Underestimated had now totally evaporated. Mobility looking to see if they can take the lead for the first time here in map number 2. Kelly rocking the FP6, trying to ruin somebody's day if they get too close to him.
I'll tell you what though, it's like split by the past 2 rounds from Underestimated. I wonder if that's intentional or not. VPop able to secure a gun though because of that smoke. Now I tell you what, Chelly has a very good spot. I don't know if he will actually find a kill here. I don't think Mobility will push it. Seems as though they're grouping up over towards the ramp and the middle of the map. I mean, the question is, how long will they wait, you know? Because it's kind of hard to get aggressive with a shotgun. He's going to have to rely on the pistol. But look at that. Just say that Droop is actually running over there towards Chelly. He might find one. No, it's some warning shots fired, and then he's going to turn around and run away. I don't know what that was about. Maybe just trying to scare Underestimated into thinking they're rotating. But they're going to know it's not happening because Chelly is pushed up super far over there. We're approaching 30 seconds left in the round. Mobility still haven't made a full execute quite yet, but now they're taking ramp by storm, and nobody on the side of Underestimated is actually holding it. They're just playing more passively in the back of side. Melva holding a cheeky little angle here. He's going to go for a spray down through that bush. Gets a headshot onto Agonize. Now he has to pop that reload, but not before the damage was done. Troop finds one, but I don't think Mobility wins this round out. Yeah, Luce is killed on the flank, and Troop is the last man alive, but he's probably about to get swarmed very quickly. A little spam coming there. From that player. Oh, they don't know he's here. Someone just ran past him. Chelly's just going to run right past Troop right there and give him a free pick. At least some nice chip damage he's able to do. And he's able to drop VPop as well. Everyone's pushing him. He can't save the gun. Last second, Mova's able to drop him. But Mobility at least able to take a couple rounds off their hands. And I think for the first time, we might actually see Underestimated go for a full buy off the rip in a while.
AR-15's being pulled out by them once again. 2 of them in the hands of Chelly and VPop respectively. Og and Minty, Def rocking the M4, and Melva with the SG. Firing some warning shots right now, going back and forth. Players were wrapping around poolside here. Bomb carrier was Ox, but he just dropped the bomb. Now he's moving over here to look towards the B site. There's the advantage using the AR-15, having the red dot, being able to ADS and aim down sights.
Definitely say interesting weapon choice, the AR-15. Again, I know we've seen, this is the only team that actually have seen willingly buy an AR-15 and be serious about it. I mean, most teams, if they buy AR-15, they're trolling or something. Not a very popular weapon in competitive play right now. Again, it has ups and downs, but it's just a very hard gun to use overall. Some of the teams don't go for it, but maybe underestimated are just popular with uncommon weapons. I mean, they already like using the revolvers, which are not super common, and now they also showing they like the AR-15s. Now, I gotta know, they like the AR-15s, they're familiar with the scoped ARs. Will they potentially whip out the scars in the future? You kind of gotta know if it's gonna happen.
Definitely possible. I guess underestimated likes using the underestimated weapons. VPOM getting flashed in a difficult spot. Finally wears off. ADS is back down and quickly eliminated by Ox. He did not like his music choice at all. Minty moving in and Def as well. Lose quickly and eliminate Def. Minty and Melva, last players of the live here. Melva lagging a little bit, it looks like, sitting on top of the McLaren. And gets dropped. Or actually, he's still alive. I thought he'd gotten dropped. Nope, there he is. Finally going down to the hands of Troop. And Mobility is able to retie the game.
Definitely a much better start from Mobility this time. I mean, 4-4 on Soar breach side, that's got to show that you have the most experience on this map. I mean, I can definitely see why they might potentially win this one out. And we have a bit of a broken buy on the side of underestimated here. I mean, couple M4s, couple pistols. I wonder if that's like a communication or what, but Mobility are grouping up over towards the ramp here. Gonna play the winning game. Chele is already on a fast flank. I think they're getting ready to push this ramp here. Def is playing a bit more passive. He knows the flashes are coming. Yeah, he was ready to run away from them. He's not going to let Mobility drop him that easily. But now he's taking control of ramp. The question is, where do they go from here? Now, Chele has a very good flank. I don't know if Mobility is aware of this or not. He could potentially catch one off guard here. Oh no, that player's holding him. Wait, the timing might get the best of him. He can't find the kill though. Shots whiffed. He's going to spot that player. Oh no, he gets some nice chip damage, but unable to find a kill. Now Minty is push up super aggressive. Everyone's focused on Chele. He's able to drop one, and Minty's coming in to sandwich them. Ox is going to come in for a trade though. It's down to a 2 versus 2. What a chaotic round. Bebop with the ref here might be able to find some value. He's going to spot that one player in the back. He doesn't know there's another one close to him though, I don't think. But yeah, Mobility able to get a bomb plant now on B. Their B side is open, and they have a 2v2 retake in their hands. The question is, can Vpop secure a rifle, or is he going to be down a gun for this entire retake? I think he's going to be able to find a weapon that was dropped there over towards the ramp or something. I don't know. Actually, it seems not. Ox able to open up with a pick on the Def for this retake. He spots an M4 on the ground. Gonna spot that player. Actually, Agonize gets tagged down very low. Both players, everyone kind of low, I guess you could say. So it could be anyone's retake here if Vpop can win the right gunfight. He's gonna be running into sight now, but Ox is waiting on that little head glitch there. He's gonna drop Vpop nice and swiftly. And speaking of head glitches, B side does have those table head glitches. That's definitely the one angle where I could see a Euratio or a Scar coming into play if you want to peek something on the breach side. Just to try and deal with that angle.
Yeah, it's so close, though. It's hard for these players, these teams, to build up any type of decent economy. To go for a more expensive weapon like the Scar is really difficult right now. You know, we're talking about just, there's a more expensive weapon being pulled out. The ratio by Chele. I guess he doesn't care. He's just going to go ahead and pull it out. Underestimated, bringing out the big guns here as we move into round number 10.
And I don't think Elus will push him. I think right now his job is just hold the flank. He knows at this point, not just me, they flanked too many times, I think, or at least gotten aggressive too many times. Mobility are starting to get a bit paranoid about it. They're not going to let their guard down on the flanks anymore. At least I don't think. You never know. But so far, they've learned from their mistakes, it seems. They're making sure they're at least keeping an eye on the open lanes, making sure no one on the side of underestimated is pushing out. This is definitely one of those maps where it's a lot more risky to push, you know, especially considering how wide the rotations are. I mean, you push up that far, you could potentially have a really long rotation if needed. But yeah, overall, spread out very far around the map. 40 seconds to work with for Mobility. Vpop able to find a double kill over on that pool area. Not even the Euratio that I find value there. And now Mobility is down 2 players. The question is, where do they go from here? It seems the bomb is lingering over towards mid. Maybe we'll see a bit of a mid-reception split here for this B-side execute. Ox throwing some utility over towards reception, trying to distract him. And Minty's going to spot all those players. Now he's probably calling for help from his teammates. He's going to drop Ox. And now this should be a round over for Mobility. I don't see them winning this one. I know he does find the tick, though. Wait a minute. What's going on? Wait, this is winnable now. Wait, hold on. It was just a 2v5, and now it is a 2v1. Now, Agonize is very low on HP, but somehow Mobility might turn this round around. I was not expecting this. Def, gonna have to put in the work here. If he can win the gunfight on Agonize, it becomes a very easy 1v1 for him.
Watch Annoy here. Oh,
But yeah, that little off angle, he wasn't expecting it. And Mobility turned, just as I was speaking, they turned around that round so quickly. I mean, everyone just died immediately. I was saying, okay, Underestimated, a good job. Y'all did a great job holding B, and then everyone just died the second I said that.
Mobility's experience and good performances so far on this map beginning to show just a little bit as we move into round number 11. They've taken the lead by 2, and with the momentum they have, I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to take it up by 3. Def here watching ramp, not playing as a... Oh, there's that first scar. Melva has that gun pulled out, was able to...
He's holding a very weird angle, you know, if it was me and I was rocking a scar, I wouldn't hold that. Chelly finding a bit of action, he's gonna drop a loose, go through some pre-fire onto Ox, can't quite find the kill though. Ox of the trade. But yeah, definitely, Melva holding a unique angle for that scar. I would probably choose to hold a head glitch or more long range, kind of taking it up close. So maybe not the best value potentially for the scar, but I mean, again, I guess you never know. We'll have to see how it plays out for him. I mean, part of it could just be the fact that he saw the money and decided, I'm $100 short of an AUG. I'm just going to buy a scar anyways. That could have been what influenced his decision. I think Mobility slowly creeping up towards ramp, but they have a bit of a crossfire on the side of Underestimated. It'll be tough for them to deal with it. The smoke comes out. Now the high flash is... They're going to try and just take over Def. Yeah, this man is full flash. He cannot even escape with his life. And Agonize gets the broken armor through the smoke as well. He knows Mova's playing by this desk. So many trades are coming out here, and we're down to a 3 versus 2. Melva's still in reception. It seems A side is open right now, so Mobility will be getting the bomb plant as well, it seems. Menti able to get a pick on the troop. Currently down to 2v2, but the bomb plant should be happening any second now for Mobility. Menti able to get that headshot onto Agonize, though. And now Ox has to deal with both of these players, and yeah, Ox tries to swing out, take an aggressive peek, doesn't work out for him. Underestimated winning that retake nice and swiftly, making it 5-6.
Bomb has been defused.
Underestimated shown they can still play on this map so incredibly close, just like it was in map number 1. It'll be interesting. I saw somebody, I think it was Striker in the comment section, talking about Mobility chose the breach side to start with because they had the coalition advantage. This is a map they're very familiar with, so they're going to get that on the flip. Interesting. But again, we were talking about before the map started, this is one of these maps where, like, yes, in theory, all the maps are coalition sided, but it just doesn't matter as much. It helps, definitely, but it's not as big of a difference as something like Grounded or Legacy. Oh, wow. Def doubling up with the AUG. Lou's going to put him out of his misery, preventing him to do more damage to his team. V pop up from around the corner. He's going to pop down Ox. He's able to find him. And one more coming in. He doesn't hold down the trigger. And Troop is disciplined and doesn't come in. He knows where V pops at. He's trying to fire it, tags him, and ultimately drops him. It's a 2 versus 2 now. Troop and Lou's the last players live here for Team Mobility. Melva and Menti up here and are the last live for Team Underestimated. Minute 7 left on the clock. And now comes the slow decision of where they're going to go. Is it going to be B site or is it going to be A? Currently regrouping up in their spawn here. Moving around poolside. You would think based on... Looks like B's going to be the side of choice. I was going to say, I think based on their position, they're going to move up towards B. One player watching A, one player on B. Menti hearing that smoke go out. Yeah. He's got a good position. Good amount of HP too. And there it is.
The spray is so easy for him. Not a bad half, I guess you could say. I mean, definitely, it's not the best start for Underestimated, right? I mean, you start on the coalition side, you're not experienced with the map. You let Mobility get 6 rounds, right? You got to be shaking a little bit. I mean, hopefully, Underestimated is prepared for the breach side, because if not, this is definitely going to a map 3. I mean, this map is so coalition-sided that if you are not experienced and prepared to play the breach side right here, you're in trouble. Underestimated choosing to go for what seems to be a B execute, 5 P250s to their name, and they're just rushing into the site, but all the picks are coming in. Are we going to get a flawless round? We are. Not a single player dropped. almost no damage done as well. I mean, only 2 players got tagged a little bit. It wasn't even close there. The B side definitely was not the play for Underestimated on that pistol round. It went heavily in Mobility's favor, and now they're going to choose to buy up. It seems at least most of them, actually all of them, are just going to go ahead and buy up the M4s. Underestimated looking to stick with the P2s and Revs and maybe just try and get this eco round over with.
They got that coalition side now. And they're working it. Look how quickly they're moving over here towards this A site. Flashbang's coming out. Loose is going to have an opportunity to maybe open it up, but they're flashbang now. Dev is going to put down one, and Ox almost able to pick up the kill, but isn't able to. That frag grenade coming in is ultimately going to put down Dev. Loose trying to work it. These players are so low, playing well with the revolvers once again. Underestimated has really been working the revolvers. I think you can nickname them the Cowboys here. That could be much more they can do, but I think they've had a pretty good eco round so far. 2 players drop.
Coalition wins.
I mean, yeah, not a bad eco round. I mean, taking away 2 rifles from Mobility is definitely one way to sort of handle it. Now, again, the question is, what will these 2 players that died buy? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they go with shotguns. It seems one of them has dropped an M4 on the ground. I think Troop is about to pick one up. Yeah, he secured an M4. Overall, I guess the M4 is not much of a surprise. I'm a little surprised that Loose went for the AUG, though. I would have thought he sticks with the M4 with the rest of his team.
Yeah, agreed. And again, it's that team economy you got to think about. You pull out that gun so early on here. How does that affect? You are out by 2, and you do have the momentum advantage, but it is something to take into consideration. There's the AR-15 once again. I love seeing the unconventional, the underestimated weapons being pulled out here. Making a whole lot of noise, and Melville's going to be opening up, popping a noise top. Minute 9 here on the clock. A is once again going to be the side of choice, it appears. But the bomb was left back in spawn. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Melva has rotated all the way back around to try to pick that up.
Still have a little bit of time to work with. I mean, approaching 45 seconds. One of these players is very low as well. Agonize maybe about to get in a gunfight here. He can't win it versus Chelly. 2 of these players in the red HP zone now, but Underestimated does still have the man advantage. It's looking like an XUV pop with that 1 tap on the Troop. That was disgusting. And now I'm starting to think that Mobility lost his round. I mean, again, Ox is playing a really cheeky corner. They might not expect him to be here. Yeah, he's going to spot those players crossing on the site, but now he's about to get swarmed. He finds 1, but not much he can do there. Loose going for a fast flank on Pool, it seems. They might not expect him here. If he can isolate this gunfight on Def, it could go well for him. If Def is not anticipating it, but no, he was holding it. Just a nice little clean. Let me take your head off real quick. Underestimated looking to tie it up potentially, heading into round 16.
Fantastic round right there by Underestimated. Not only were they able to get the bomb planted, but of course taking the W as well. That's some good and much needed cash coming in for them. SG being pulled out by Def, and I'm not quite sure what Minty's going to be rocking. Oh, he does have an SG. Okay, I wasn't sure if he had bought or not. All these players here rocking the SGs except for Melva and V-Pop respectively. We pull out the AK and M4s. Ox able to pick up 1. Chelly quickly eliminating him.
Somehow wins that gunfight.
I know, man. Aluz is going to catch these players off guard. He's going to ruin their day if they come around the corner here. Unfortunately for Aluz, though, it looks like they are backing up, or they're going to try to reposition and go for the bomb plant on B. Now they're working their way through poolside, though. I'm really curious. I'm watching the mini-map closely to see how these players play. Look, they know they've committed to B. They've got the call from their players on the site, and they're working their way around. Aluz will be coming from the backstab with that shotgun and could really put in some work. Jelly trying to stay alive. There's 1 going for the second. Agonize gets the knife. This is some huge economy coming in from Mobility. Minty,
Minty. He gets so low.
Alive.
I don't think you can win this one out if you're Minty. Dude, so much respect for that knife play. I saw them doubling up in the smoke. Chelly killed 1 in there and then just ran away and Agonize. Perfect advantage of this. He went in for the knife. I mean, that's such a ballsy play to do, right? We're in Worlds right now. And you just decide, I'm going to try and knife this guy. Why not? He might not expect me here. Now, Minty's wrapped all the way around 15 HP. I think he's about to get jump spotted, though, by Eluse. Now, Eluse is the one with higher HP, so he really can't afford to die here. But yeah, Eluse is going to drop him nice and easily. And we are making it 9-7. Kind of want to take a look at the scoreboard and see how the teams are doing overall.
Yeah,
look at that. You could definitely say Ox is performing a lot better. I know people were saying, "Oh man, when is he gonna wake up?" before, but now he is definitely putting in the work compared to his previous map. Overall, the players are a lot more balanced, I guess you could say, than in the previous map as far as the KD department.
Yeah, this map gets so chaotic. It really does. It's harder to go on these longer streaks, but still 16-8 is a very impressive showing there for a top player there on mobility. Who agonized, punishing Minty. He was able to pick up a kill there on Annoy. The body count board has been evened back up 1-1 here. Agonized and Troop getting kills respectively. It's a double kill coming in from Agonized. Trying to make it a 3K. AR-15 being sighted down here by Chelly. That smoke is just causing him too much pain. He knows he's getting shot from one corner, and then he goes back to the other. Only lands a shot or two, and he's about to get backstabbed here if he's not careful. Ox prevents that backstab from coming in, but drops him. Mobility is now crossed that magic line, that double-digit marker. Underestimated trails by 3. You're only 3 rounds away on mobility as well for taking the W, moving into map number 3.
Now, I don't want to call him out or anything, but I gotta say, I've seen the AR-15 a lot. Has he actually gotten a kill with it yet? I'm kind of curious.
I know. I think it's been like 1 or 2. You're totally right there. If you use it in M4 the last couple times, it'll be a little different.
Oh, Troop about to get in a serious situation here. Loose opening up with one. A little flash coming there from Troop to try and stall the push out just a bit. He's going to regroup onto site. He might be able to do some work. Headshot onto Chelly there. He's not done. He finds the headshots. Man, looking for the fort. He can't find it, though. The pre-fire from Def is going to get the kill. But not before he does huge damage to that B push. What a round by Troop.
Yeah, and it looks like that's about all she wrote here for map number 2. Mobility so close to taking it, underestimated. They're just not able to put anything together so far on this breach side. Mobility showing how much experience they have on this map. Again, I think it was 10 or 11 times total play for them, and they've won it 90% of the time. This is a map they're very familiar on, and they do really like. 11-7 so far, a great showing from them. Sniper rifle being pulled out by Chelly on the breach side. That is a really interesting choice to pull it out. We were talking about that if we'd see the ratio that much here on this map, especially on the breach side. That is going to be a little harder to use.
Yeah, and seeing it in mid, that's usually the one place I would try and get a pick, is seeing if I can catch a player off guard on B who tries to jiggle it or something. But right now they're playing very passive, so it doesn't seem the sniper will find too much value, at least not until they push up more. Eluse has no plans of peeking that as of right now. And the bomb is still left in spawn, so VPOP gets an opening pick. Even if they do commit to B here, they're not going to have the bomb. VPOP getting another one. Headshot by him. Now Agonize is coming in for a rotation, but he doesn't know there's a player up pool. Annoy now has to do some work. He's able to find a 2K there. Gonna try and run out and reposition real quick. Tries to get that pick on a reception player, but can't win that gunfight. Now 11-8. Underestimated, closing the gap, I guess you could say, but also they're gonna have to do an incredible comeback here if they want to try and close this map out.
Yeah, if you're going to work on making a comeback, now's the time to do it before mobility gets to match point. That situation, not too terrible on the side of underestimated here, especially if they're able to win the next round. Start getting down to these last few rounds, and it's basically hot potato back and forth for the most part. Cash becomes very important here in these later rounds. Ox is the first to open it up, putting down Chelly. The A site has 2 players on it, 3 players guarding B. The bomb is slowly moving up pool side. He'll probably peek over towards A, see if they can get a pick. If they do, that should be the site of choice. Def is the bomb carrier here, looking to see if he can find anybody. A overextended coalition player. He's going to throw his gun out, pick that SG up, and go ahead and move back around with his teammates. Work this B site.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like B is going to be the side of choice for underestimated. Again, they have a little under a minute to work with. They got to choose a site soon because these rotations are super wide, and it looks like B will be the commit here. Eluse waiting in the corner. Oh, that flash hit everyone, including Eluse and the breach-sided players, sort of putting a halt on that push. Now Eluse ready to see if he can find some value. He's able to drop V. Now the flash comes out. He's flashed, but he's going to counter back in return. So much utility getting dumped here on this B side. Death gonna kill him, but the nade comes in. Now Annoy tries to find this kill. He's able to trade his teammate. It's down to a 1 versus 2. Melva spots the player across the site. The bomb is down. He's in a tricky situation, I guess you could say. I mean, he's got to deal with both of these players. The bomb being down, so he has to make a move in only 18 seconds to do it. I mean, you can't do much if you're Melva here. You kind of just gonna have to hope that you can get lucky. But right now, mobility playing this very well. They're being super disciplined. And yeah, Agonize is going to win that gunfight. Mobility taking it to match point here. This is what they definitely need to see if they want to stay alive in this best of 3.
Match point is moving around number 21. You keep trying if you're underestimated, or do you just go ahead and accept it and see what you do in map number 3? Looks like they're going to try. Bomb, I can see Bomb hanging out here by ramp. Looking like he's about to move up. Now we're going to have altercation here with the Loose, and he somehow gets lost in the smoke, but this map is so
What is going
chaotic.
on?
The Loose, what? He is able to come up with a 2K, and he's just hiding in the corner, waiting to see if he can stay alive. Minty is going to put him out of his misery, preventing from doing more damage to his team. Bomb being planted here, 3v3, and now Mobility has to work on retaking this bomb site.
Oh my god, Minty was so flashed there. And Shelly has to win this gunfight, but he's not going to. Wow, we're going to map 3, folks. This is going the full distance. This will be very interesting. Canals for our next map coming up shortly. Mobility taking it 13-8. Much better performance by them on this map than they had on the previous one. So definitely do not count them out yet, folks.
Most definitely. Really impressive performance. I mean, Agonize is 22-9. That is a good 2+ KD rate there on an incredibly chaotic map. I mean, I'm happy if I go neutral when I'm playing this map. I'll be totally honest with you. If I go a little positive, it's like, okay, that's great. Agonized really showing up here, and why his team is just truly phenomenal here on on Soar. I'm looking back again at the stats. 9 times played, 1 loss, 8 wins. That is a huge win-loss ratio in the positive there for team mobility on Soar, and they really showed why that is the case here for their stats. 1-1 tied up here in this best of 3 series. We are headed to Amsterdam, folks. Go ahead and buy your tickets and head on over there. I hear there's a chance of rain, so make sure you pack those ponchos. With all that being said, we're going to go ahead and start preparing map number 3 right now. Should be about a 15-minute break before we're ready for that, and we'll see you on the flip side. Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Map number 3 is being prepared as we speak. We've made it. We've gone the distance here. It's tied up 1-1 in this best of 3 series. Team Underestimated winning map 1, and then Team Mobility winning map number 2. It is underway, and we almost have all the players in here to go ahead and hop on into map 3. But before we do that, let's take a look at some replays from map number 2 and talk a little bit about it. Manthus, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, map number 2, obviously, coming in for map number 1, Underestimated were showing that they were more experienced on ground. And then in map number 2, Mobility turned around. They had an amazing half. I think it was like 6-6 or something, which starting off 6-6 on the breach side is already just a very good start, right? Because considering how coalition-sided this map can be most of the time, just showing that dominance on the breach side is huge for Mobility. I know they did lose the pistol, they lost a couple rounds in the beginning, but then they started to sort of pick their momentum back up towards the second half of the first half. And yeah, they were just doing very good with their executes, their utility, and all of it. I mean, Mobility were showing why they're so much better on Soar. I mean, again, their statistics just sort of prove it. I mean, I can't remember what it is. It was like 9-1 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
win 90% of the time.
9-1 on Soar. So they definitely were a lot more prepared for Soar. I would guess this is probably their map pick. Ground was probably the map pick of Underestimated. And then Canals for our decider will be interesting. Just because it is Canals, usually not a super popular map for NA. It's more popular in other regions, but we'll have to see how Canals goes. But overall, yeah, I mean, Mobility, they just came, they showed up, they were ready after map number 2. Map 1 wasn't their best performance, and then map 2, they said, we're still staying alive in this best of 3. We're going to take it the full distance.
All right, looks like we're going to be ready for the knife round here. Beyond Canals, and here comes the reset, and we should be good to go with the knife round.
Well, Canals has been more interesting map. I'm wondering, again, is it a bit easier to decide which side you should start on. Now, looking at the Canal statistics, just in case you all are wondering, Underestimated, they've played Canals only 2 times, but they have won both times on Canals. Now, Mobility, their stats are a bit worse, kind of similar to Grounded, right? They've played it a total of 13 times. They've won 4 and they've lost 9 on Canals. So, not their best map. Grounded, they actually had a much closer win-loss ratio. Canals, their win-loss ratio is looking terrible right now. So you kind of got to wonder, was this map like, maybe not the smartest banning and picking or whatever? You never know. But either way, knife round coming into play here. All these players are grouped up together right now on the side of Underestimated, and they're getting ready to push together now. Oh, and they're stacking in the cubby. I wonder if this is a strat for Mobility.
Oh, I would definitely say this is a strat here. This is gonna be interesting to see what happens. They're not sure what they want to do with the Underestimated side. They know it's gonna be
Oh
so
my
difficult to
God.
get in here. This is such a tough spot to be in. They're just gonna decide to try and dive on in. And you can hear the swipes going back and forth. They've connected a little bit here on the side of Breach. They're just so confused. Minty going in, trying to
Wait, they're
fresh.
winning it out. Or maybe they're not. I can't tell. Wait a minute. No, Troop clutched up. No way.
Incredible. Troop with the 3K. Looks like we're gonna have Team Mobility starting out on the coalition side. Underestimated will be on the Breach.
Should have an exciting pistol round. Again, I think this will be one of those maps where we see the revolver come into play a lot from. Similar to Grounded, Canals is a very long-range map, so I would not be surprised at all if we see the revolvers being pulled out and whatnot. Now, Underestimated did choose to start on the Breach side. I guess I should say Mobility chose to start on the Coalition side after winning the knife round. So they're going to choose to try and get that early momentum in the beginning of the half. So they're going to have to put up a show for us in the beginning. At least that is what they should be doing considering their previous track record on Canals. A lot of XDs being bought by them, a lot of P250s as well on the side of Underestimated. So kind of opting for the close range pistols, and it will work out for Underestimated so far. They're going for a B side take.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb has been planted, and we're gonna have a 5v5 retake on our hands. Eluse is pushed up an uppercut. I don't know if they expect him here. He could find some action here on the Minty. I highly doubt they expect him here. Oh, just to say that though, he is gonna get spotted out, and he's gonna run back to the uppercut. He's coming in with the rest of his team. They have a hard FA to push here. I mean, 4 players coming in. Chile is terrified right now, definitely. And he has to deal with Annoy on site as well. He cannot even win that gunfight. And right now, all these players are sitting in the back. Def with the cafe flank, though, this could come in huge potentially. But no, they're all going to get dropped. And Mobility picks up the pistol round. Taking the lead early, definitely the momentum they need if they want to try and show why they're better on Canals.
pistol round under their belt. They got the cash investment here, and they're going to utilize that properly by buying those M4s and taking round number 2 without too many difficulties. Underestimated, though, once again, pulling out those MR96s. Should see them get some interesting angles with it here. There's some longer range areas to check with them.
Oh, yeah, and it's looking like a hard elbow push. This could be a bit of a kill feed for Rap here if he plays this right. Rap and Annoy should come in huge on this round. Annoy able to open up with 1. Rap finding 2. Minty does drop 1, but Rap is able to come in and get the refrag. Ox is going to take that kill from him. Actually, Melva, the last one alive now with the revolver, just playing a bit more passively, trying to see if he can spot one. Oh, that nice little, I guess, tag. I don't know what that was, a little crouch spam, and he managed to get some chip damage. Unfortunately, not a kill. It would have been super cool if that was a headshot. But yeah, ultimately, Mobility does win out the second round. Now the question is, does Underestimated choose to go for another eco, or do they save? It looks like they are buying it. Look at that, already a Soar H pop. We're starting off strong here for Underestimated. They're starting off early saying, we're ready to whip out the scars. We'll do whatever it takes. Actually, it goes in the hands of Melva. We map.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he uses this here. Underestimated. About to get flash your tree elbow. Melva coming back, looking around the corner there. Here they come. Ooh, quick trade coming in. Rap able to put on Shelly, but Def with a quick refrag. Melva firing a bunch of shots. Not able to connect any on them, but Pop is going to drop down Annoy. It's an annoying angle to be at. 3 players with live here now for team mobility as they work on moving over here towards this A site where the bomb is being planted.
Okay, a loose opening with a pick there. This should be a pretty easy side hole for Underestimated. Yeah, Melva getting aggressive now. He's feeling confident, and he gets a kill. But it doesn't matter that he's flash. He's feeling nice and confident, and they have the rifle that down. Underestimated already responding with a point early on this match. And now I think Mobility might eco. I mean, some of them can buy, some of them cannot. So we'll most likely see an eco come out from them this round, and it's looking like that will be the case. 5 SGs on the side of Underestimated, so this round should be over quickly. I mean, then again, you never know. Maybe they'll find some value, but most of them rocking XD45s, and they're going for a bit of a stack over towards A, which I thought was going to work out, but they throw the bomb back to the side. It's not going to be the site they want to push. Shelly gets blinded here, tagged down to 47 HP as well, and Annoy is pushed up an elbow. They don't even know he's here. What is going on? Mobility finding... What? He just got knifed in the smoke! What is going on right now? A knife kill. Def comes in with a trade onto Annoy. But oh my goodness, Mobility finds so much value there, and a knife kill to give them so much extra money. Wow. Oh, and the bomb is going down at loose. Gonna spot out V-Pop, and he wins the gunfight. Dude, this pistol round is, or I guess this eco round is so chaotic right now. Mobility might actually win this. It's looking very easy, like it could go in their favor. A 4v2, and 2 of them rocking the SGs with full HP. I mean, this is very good for Mobility. They could actually win this eco round and really mess up the economy of Underestimated here. Loose gonna get traded out by Troop there as he gets dropped, and now Minty is alone in a 1v3, and Rap comes in with the XD, gets a little bit of chip damage, but now the information is there. It should be easy, but no, Ox actually is gonna get dropped, and now Troop is here. He flashes himself just a little bit, and he goes for the swing, and he's gonna win it on the crouch. Does he have time to defuse, though? I don't think he does. Yeah, he knows he doesn't have any time, and he's going to try and save, but he cannot. Still a very valiant effort. I thought Mobility was going to win that. They just didn't have time on their side. But overall, definitely a huge eco round for them. I mean, taking away all 5 guns from Underestimated is something huge.
Indeed. Underestimated now, U-Ratio and a Scar being pulled out. V-Pop will be using that U-Ratio, and Chelly having this Scar. U-Ratio being pulled out over here by Alus. We saw him use it in map number 1 quite effectively. And this is definitely a map that would be good to work with. Alus already sighted down across mid-map right now, over towards his A site. See if we can find any unexpected breach players. Oh man, I think he saw him. I think he just saw it with his gun. So close to getting it, but he's just lagging a little bit behind. Where's Chelly at right now? Oh, there he is. Chelly working that Scar. God. I was like, that is definitely something you want to see him compete with. That smoke right now looks so trippy. The whole sphere, it is like a world of smoke right there. V-Pop and Chelly both working mid here. It seems like the bomb is going to be moving up here towards B. Taking their time. There's only 1 on B site, too. Of course, they don't know that, but out of a quick altercation here. V-Pop up around the corner. Hasn't gone down just yet, but his armor has been broken. He's going to get backing on out of there. He's got 2 players going to tend with on either side. Def is going to get Troop catching him off guard, and now that bomb has moved up here quite close. Annoy doesn't see Melva in the corner. this is kind of a weird round. It looked like the bomb was going to go up, and now it's been dropped, and back and forth here. Bomb now being re-picked up. It's Ox over here in the corner trying to stay alive and prevent that bomb from being planted. Def is going to go ahead and work on trying to get that planted as he picks up the kill there, but then he gets dropped by Rap, the remaining player here for Team Mobility. Bebop trying to find him with that Euratio, and Melva coming with the AK-47. Rap is wrapped all the way around here back towards Sniper Nest on Coalition Spawn. And that bomb is being planted. I'll say well played there by Underestimated to do that. If you're VPOP, I think it's best to go ahead and trade that Euratio out for an AR if you can. It's on the ground.
I think surely by now they know that he's going for a rotation play. I mean, he's taking way too long to push the spawn, and Melva is holding this cheeky little angle. Will he win this gunfight, though? He is going to win that spray down onto Rap. He's unable to find the kill. Underestimated taking the lead early on in this match. And it seems Mobility kind of can buy. I guess they're going to go for the fourth here. It seems most of them already committed to it. Alu's going to be the only one not really rocking a rifle of choice. Not even going to buy a gun at all, I guess. It seems he's going to try and pick up a teammate's gun most likely. Sticking with the XD and armor. Underestimated a bit spread out right now. Bomb towards B. They're getting aggressive B long, though. Now, surely the players sitting in the back here are going to notice this. Yeah, Minty's able to drop one, but Ox with a quick refrag. V-Pop's able to spot one over towards Sniper Nest, looking to see if he can find another. Oh, and he's going to whiff the shot. Ox able to win that gunfight. And now the bomb is down. Ox is calling out teammate most likely. Hey, I have the bomb on B. And he's able to drop Chelly as well, trying to get the backstab play. Rap is getting a bit aggressive now. He's going to spot that player. Melva gets him very low in the one-shot range before ultimately getting dropped. Now Ox is in a 1v2 scenario. The bomb has been recovered. I think Ox is aware of this. He's sort of taking a bit more of an aggressive angle here. Yeah, he's going to spot that player on bridge. Oh, and now he knows he's pinned in a corner, kind of, but not really. He's able to get out just a little bit. What is going on? Ox wins the gunfight versus Melva. Now Def able to get a bomb plant. Ox is very low, so it's going to be difficult for him to clutch this, but he could potentially do it if he can outplay Def here.
It's crazy how much the momentum has shifted just in this round. It looked like Underestimated was going to have it, Mobility was going to have it, and now Underestimated takes the W and extends their lead up to 2 here on Canals. And once again, getting the bomb planted. Those bomb plants are so important. You continue to do that every single round or most rounds. It's a little extra cash that gets built up over time, and it compounds into a big snowball on the breach side. V-Pop once again rocking that Euratio. Chelly with the AR-15 in hand. You know, it is a good. You made a good point last round. I've seen the AR-15 pulled out by Chelly and a couple of the other players here Underestimated, but I don't think they've really gotten any kills with it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting just to see, will they eventually find some value? Chelly looking to see if he can do something with AR-15 here, but no one's really contesting him at this moment. Noe going for a little bit of some wallbang spam, but not finding much. Chelly's pushed up pretty far. Oh, and there it is, the AR-15 winning the gunfight versus... That is very... Troop is playing a super aggressive angle as well. He's able to drop that sniper off of V-Pop. Definitely was not expecting him to be pushed up there. Troop is still extending even though he's low, and yeah, he's going to get dropped by Minty. We're now down to a 3v2 though. This could be Mobility's round. They have the player advantage, and they really need a round right now. Yeah, I know he's getting aggressive. He catches Chelly off guard, and Minty is alone over towards B long now, seeing if he can make a move towards the B side. He's going to spot out that player there. Little bit of whiff shots, and now Minty gets tagged down very low, and Eluse is going to clean up that round nice and easily for Mobility, looking to potentially tie it up as we head into round 8.
I don't want to jinx anything, but you look at the scoreboard here, looking at the individual players, everything is so close. It's basically neck and neck. It's basically what we've seen all game. Just right until the end of that's usually where one team seems to be pulling ahead. Oh, Annoy and Rasp kicking a kills respectively. There's Annoy double up with the SG in hand, throws out a flashbang, but he's not even have an opportunity to properly utilize that flashbang as his teammates clean up. Underestimated. Ability has tied it up.
And it seems they're taking another eco round. So Underestimated taking 2 ecos in a row just to make sure they can safely full buy with utility and everything heading into future rounds. So Mobility should have 5 to 4 here. Again, you never know. Maybe Underestimated can do something. Now they have a little bit of money though. So instead of going full eco, they are rocking the long range pistols. And we know they've been some revolver demons in the past. Luke's opening up with a pick here. Annoy able to find 2 with that spray. He's going to keep going though. Melva with a 1-tap though in response. Huge pick. That's going to be a weapon dropped. However, it seems though it's an upgrade for his teammate who picked up the gun, and Rap is coming in here trying to finish off the kill, and there it is. Mobility make it 5 to 4. Not before getting 1 pick on the side of Underestimated though.
The way Underestimated uses these MR96s, it reminds me of Gangstars and some of the one-taps they used to get using the MR96 years ago. Shout out, you remember that? Just that Melva kill right there in that corner, like I had a little bit of deja vu from him. I was like, oh wow, I've seen that before. Round number 10 is underway. We're a couple rounds away from the flip. Mobility currently leading by 1 here. Scar's been pulled out once again by Chelly. I think that's a better decision than the AR-15, but had a little more cash to work with here. Was that Chelly right there firing into sight? No, that's V-Pop. V-Pop worked with the SG. Chelly currently, I was looking for him on the map. He's back here by Tree Elbow.
And once again, they're going for a bit of, split X here, right? The bomb hanging back over towards B while they show A presence. Mobility aren't over-rotating, though. I mean, they have a player on B, they have a player watching spawn. They are currently, being super aware of the fact that Underestimated like to go for rotations and fakes and lurks and stuff like that. B-Pop does open up finally with a pick onto Ox, but Mobility still have 2 more players on A, so they're ready to hold it in case these players try and continue with the fake. The bomb is still sitting over towards B, so they're not making a move just quite yet. All the A players are down now, and Nova finds another one. Eluse is alone, but the bomb is going towards them. Maybe he could find some value here, but no, he's going to get dropped. Underestimated ties it up heading in around number.
I mean, we can talk about the coalition advantage and going into the flip and everything, but that doesn't really seem to matter so much in this series. It has just been neck and neck. Again, right up until the end, though. I know, map number 1, Underestimated ended up pulling away towards the end. They only won by 2, though. And then in map number 2, we had a 5-round difference, 13 to 8. But Mobility pulled away right towards the end, and that's where we're at. Once again, map number 3. It's very close early on here. It doesn't seem like coalition advantage is giving Mobility too much of an advantage. And I don't know if Underestimated is going to get a big advantage over Mobility here. Both these teams just are very even in terms of gun skill and team coordination. And overall, it's really a treat to watch it going back and forth here because it's really a coin flip at this point, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. And V-Pop opens up onto Luce's sniper is down. Ox is going to recover it, though. Maybe fire some warning shots. Unable to find anyone quite yet, though. Bomb gonna go down, but no one's sitting in the smoke. Everyone on the side of Underestimated is backing off and taking a bit more of a passive approach. It's been playing an interesting spot. Yeah, Melva is able to drop Annoy over towards the snipers in this area. Ox still sniper in hand, but I think they're opting to save here. Rap able to drop Minty, looking to get another, but he cannot. And yeah, all these players can't even get the exit frags or anything. Really, Underestimated taking the lead. They could potentially make it 7-5, and that would put Mobility in a bit of a tough situation.
Yeah, well, because again, traditionally, more of a coalition, coalition side advantage. You're up by 7, you're up by 2 going into the flip. Really impressive showing, but Underestimated here on this map. Scar H coming around the corner. You see what Chelly can work with it as he moves through Tree Elbow. Loose, trying to finish off the player he was shooting at there, but ended up costing him a good amount of his HP. Frag grenades going back and flashbang going out. Annoy doesn't carry a splash. He'll keep on moving out. Chelly firing randomly through the smoke isn't able to somehow pick off Annoy. I bet he definitely annoyed by that. Chelly moving up, still making a lot of noise. Melva shooting right over top of Rap and was finally able to bring it back down and drop him. Man, that's
smoke kills here. And
It's
they're
almost
rotating
like
to B.
Thermal sights. Bomb being planted here. You were talking about how Underestimated loves to make those rotations to catch him off guard. You see it right there, played so incredibly perfectly. I'll be honest, I missed it in the action just until it got planted. Troop winning a crucial gunfight, and that's where the Scar truly shines. Is you're able to be at those longer ranges, you can ADS and really focus in on an individual. 7-5, Underestimated has done it. They're up by 2 as they go into the flip and will now have the coalition advantage. We'll see if it really helps them out too much. I mean, just compared to the last couple of maps, it hasn't seemed to do too much for either of these teams.
Oh yeah, definitely. Canals is also just an interesting map overall. Again, I know mobility typically seem to run the snipers more than underestimated, so it could have a huge impact for the breach side for them. I know they weren't able to find as much value on coalition. It's a lot easier to find value with a Eurasia on the breach side when you're playing Canals. So I think we'll be seeing that a bit more into these later rounds. As of right now, though, a lot of long-range pistols being bought on both sides. VPOP getting a nice little tag there, it seems. No really commits are being made just quiet. Alus opens up with a pick on a Chelly. Minty shooting some warning shots over towards his mid-bridge. Unable to find a pick though, but it seems Mobility is committing to the B push. We can see 3 players making a move up to B long right now. And underestimated, they're backing up, you know. I actually just say that they turn around and run back towards the site. Many trades coming out here right now. Def spots this player, can't seem to find the kill though. His teammate is going to get the pick. Ultimately, it's a 2 versus 3 now, and these players have storm side. VPOP 4 HP. I doubt he wins this one out. Yeah, Luce is going to drop him nice and easily. And now Mobility are looking to close up the gap that Underestimated has and try and tie it up. A lot of AKs being bought here. Interesting.
Yeah. Round number 14 underway. AKs in the hands of Mobility. A lot of MRs in the hands of Underestimated. We'll see if they can go ahead and work those. Annoy's going to say no, instantly deleting Melva. Control Zing him all the way back to the Coalition spawn. Taking their time here on the Mobility side. Loose picking up a nice little pick on Minty. They're definitely being careful. They know how much damage they can deal with these MR96s. Loose jumping around mid-bridge, able to keep his life. And Def is the last player left alive here. That bomb is going to be planted. A little extra cash going to Mobility. And they should have the round win quite easily. Def is able to pick up 1 kill. Staying alive here. Ox is coming down. He's able to catch him off guard and does a good amount of damage to him, but just not quite enough to drop him. It's all tied up here, 7-7. Should be the first round. Team Underestimated is able to do somewhat of a full buy.
And we can see some scoped AR action from Chelly and VPOP. Interesting to see if they'll find any value with it or not. Now, Mobility have stuck with the AKs overall, which, I mean, not the best weapon choice for Canals, but again, they are bonusing, so not much you can do on the breach side when you decide to go for that bonus round.
Yep.
And they are spread out very far as well. Taking these long-range gunfights, which is where the AK typically does not excel, unless you are very good at controlling the recoil. But overall, it's so much easier to win that gunfight with an M4 or an Auger, even maybe the scoped AR like the AR-15. You probably have an easier time winning that gunfight if you're taking a long-range angle.
Yeah, and of course, Chelly also having the Scar as well, which can do a lot of damage. Chelly over here on top of the site. Having a little bit of noise being made over there, B long. He's going to turn back around and look towards his mid-bridge. Nobody by red truck. He's got to be so careful moving around.
Oh, man. Loose finding a double kill there with SG. That's huge. Rap getting 1 as well. Minty is going to... But not before Mobility is able to just take B site by storm. They're not planting the bomb yet, though. Finally, they're able to go for this bomb plant. And that is some nice money in the bag for them that they needed. And they should be able to win this round unless they get undisciplined and give Underestimated some free kills. As of right now, Def looking to see if he can find anyone peeking out, but not quite. He spots the cafe player, but they're going to choose to back up and not recontest it. The T-square player, Ox, is just going to peek out and destroy him. And now Minty is alone in a 1. No, has recovered the Scar and is going to win that gunfight. And I think this is the first time we're going to see Mobility using the Scar H. Usually it's been Underestimated rocking those scoped ARs. I haven't really seen Mobility use them much, so I think Anoi is going to bonus with this gun and see what he can do.
Underestimated here on a broken buy. Looks like it might be another round going in favor of Team Mobility. Annoy. Scar in his hand. MR96 working with Chelly and Minty. About to have an altercation here. on this B site. Slowly moving up, grenades going over. Def is going to put down Annoy, preventing him from using that Scar. I don't know if anybody's going to pick it up. Only 3 players left alive now on the side of Team Mobility. Underestimated, stop that push. The bomb is dancing around over here on top of B site, and that plant should be coming in. There it is. Right now, Rap dropping down to do it.
We have a 2v2 retake on our hands. Troop able to win that one there. VPOP going for some spam. M4 versus SG. He doesn't have the rifle advantage, but the headshot's going to be huge there. Gets very low. Oh, and he has to pop the reload. VPOP is going to win that gunfight and the retake for Underestimated. He's going to tie it up. Underestimated making it 8-8, heading into round 17.
Bomb has been defused.
Fantastic right there by Underestimated. Coming in with a broken buy, a couple pistols, and some, what was it? I think 2 M4s and an SG. I believe that was the setup that they had coming into it. Not I don't think everybody had armor either. So overall, really phenomenal performance by Underestimated, being able to bring that round back and tie it up.
However, you do gotta notice, I believe Mobility was running on that bonus for a while. Now they've actually bought the rifles of choice for this execute. And it looks like they're running a similar setup to what Underestimated was doing. I mean, 3A and 2 over towards B. I guess instead of 3A, they have 2 pushing a mid instead. But VPOP able to open up onto Annoy. That's going to be a huge pick over towards the lower cat. And he's pushing up. He wants to get aggressive. Maybe see if he can find a pick, catch someone off guard. But no, he's going to choose to back up now that he shot enough warning shots. The bomb is left in spawn, so Mobility has plenty of time to make a decision about where they want to go with this. Minty getting another pick, and it's not looking good for Mobility this round. They are ultimately going to choose to go towards the B site, it seems. One player still over towards mid. That's going to be Chili. He's going to drop Elusi. And now we have a 2v5. Make it a 2v5. So Rap finds a pick there. And now he's left alone in a 1 versus 4. He's going to get spammed by that wallbang. Nice little flick headshot. That Quite, I don't know how he's not dead. They definitely should have wallbanged him to death by now. But Rap is 19 HP. He's going to find another, though. Do not count him out just quite yet. Somehow this man is still going. Minty's going to drop him, though, ultimately. He does get some nice value there at the end of that round, but not going to win it out. Underestimated taking the lead back.
It's still so neck and neck. I mean, you look at this. Chelly and VPOP are struggling a little bit more in comparison to the bottom 2 here, Ox and Troop on the side of Mobility, but really it's so close. You look at the top of the scoreboard there. It is so neck and neck. I mean, if Chelly is able to start picking up a little bit more, you could easily see Underestimated take this, I would say. Melva, big plays, getting the triple kill. Chelly right there putting down Troop and doubling up with the M4 and putting down Annoy. Is this the point where they finally start pulling ahead? We're nearing the end of the match, and this is what we've seen previously. It's very, very close until right at the end. Then that team crosses that double-digit mark, and then that's when they start pulling ahead. Underestimated has done it, and they keep up with the trend we've seen from the last 2 maps. That should be the case.
Yeah, I think it's definitely not looking from Mobility right now. They have pulled out a Scar H. I don't know if they'll find value with it or not, but I'm kind of wondering when Eluse will switch over to the ratio. He hasn't pulled it out yet this game, I don't believe. At least not too much on the breach side. And that's really where I thought we would see him shine with it. But he hasn't opted to go for that weapon of choice just quite yet. Now, Rap is waiting here on this leg peak to see if he can catch Def off guard or something. I don't know if they will contest him or not, though. But at least he is holding a very good position. Then we have a bit of a standoff on our hands. So Rap ultimately going to go for the peak. Bit of a pre-fire there. He's going to get some chip damage onto Def. And now they've taken control of the mid-bridge. And look at that. He's crossing into Cafe. He's going to get aggressive on him. They are inside the Cafe right now. I don't know if they're aware of this, but Rap is pushed up in here. Oh, but he doesn't know there's another player in Cafe. Chele is going to drop them. And now Mobility does not have the man advantage. Loose, nice pick onto Coalition spawn, though. And I think they might choose to rotate here. They still have 50 seconds to work with, and the bomb is making its way over towards A, it seems. No one really contesting the cross, so he should be able to cross nice and easily over towards the A site. And Melva's going to have to do some work anchoring A alone here. Again, he did kind of pop off in this corner last time, but now Mobility have weapons. They're not on an eco, so we'll have to see if he can repeat that performance. But now they're aware of this angle, so yeah, full flash. Eat that to the full extent. However, he's probably calling out to his teammates, but he's going to get wallbanged by Troop, and Mobility should be able to get this bomb plant in addition. Yeah, bomb going down there. Troop able to get a nice bomb plant. VPOP gets an opening pick. Troop coming in with a bit of a flash there to try and stall out that push as much as he can. And he's going to take a bit of an aggressive peek here through the smoke. What is that, Troop? That is what I like to see. He just said, I don't even care there's smoke here. I'm going to jump over this dumpster and just swing him. They're not expecting it, and it worked out so well for him.
Sometimes you gotta take those ballsy moments and grab him by the horns and go.
Yeah, and a bit of a bonus as well coming up from mobility, which is good. They definitely need to keep the money that they have right now. Loose opening up on the V-pop with the Scar H. You love to see it. Chile has bought a Scar as well. We're seeing more Scars now. Maybe, you know, we're saying, all right, we'll buy the Scar more often. We'll give it a try now. We know it can be good on this map. I think they were reverting to not using it, but now they're using it a lot more. Chile getting a pick on a wrap there. Def finding one as well on a loose. It's down to a 4 versus 3. Interestingly, Annoy went for the AR-15. We haven't seen him use it yet. Def opening with a pick onto Ox, and he gets another one on Annoy. Now Troop is alone, trying to back up and save his life. He's stuck in this cubby, and he's getting swung by everyone. 11-9 now in favor of Underestimated, but mobility did bonus. I can't tell if they're going to be able to buy or not. It seems Loose has forced up. I guess his team kind of has to force up too, because if you don't, you're taking it to match point here. So they're just going to try and buy whatever they can and see what they can make work.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Try to spread the love around and see what you can get. Troop gonna pull out an AK-47. It looks like Rap might just be running the MR96, and Ox is gonna opt to do the exact same thing, trying to pull a little bit of Underestimated out here. Scar L in the hands of Chelly. Melba with the AUG, and as well as all the other players on his team with the AUG. This broken buys him. He's so difficult with mobility. Oh, that's a big play there. Chelly picking up a loose. Melba gonna stay alive and drop down Annoy, leaving with 10 HP to his name. That was definitely close. 2 players already down here for team mobility, and it looks like it's just about to be match point for Underestimated, unless they're able to do something big here. Troop does have the Scar H in his hand, but now no longer. He's back in his spawn, waiting to respawn into round number 22. And that's all she wrote here for mobility. Round number 22 is just about to start. It's match point here for Team Underestimated, and they look like they are going to be the winners here and be moving on into the conferences.
Mobility able to barely buy, but you see almost no utility from them. It's going to be difficult, right? They don't have the smokes or anything. Now, fortunately, Underestimated don't have a sniper, so I guess the smoke isn't a super big deal for them when they're trying to push.
But it's that Scar.
I know. I mean, Chile ready to do the work. They do have a Scar of their own. Eluse again rocking it, but Chile has been dominating this coalition spawn peak with it. Now, I think if I was mobility, I would not contest anymore. Eluse just playing patiently here. I wonder if they'll give him a kill, but I don't think they're going to push in him if he's holding that cheeky little head glitch right there.
Yeah, especially after the quick little pre-fire, the warning shots coming in. Melva's probably very, very careful knowing Eluse is here. Annoy almost giving himself away. Melva's still trying to stay very disciplined and not expose himself too much. He knows there's a Scar H back there. Nobody's had to get dropped. Just some warning shots exchanged back and forth. Everybody taking their time. Underestimated has no need to push. They have the advantage here. It's match point for them. It's all she wrote if mobility sits and does nothing. The onus is on them to make the aggressive play. They're on offense, and they're slowly working their way over towards B. You can see 2 players playing here by mid-bridge. Eluse looking to see if he can find anybody, but he's going to get flashed and force him off that red truck. Chelly coming back, seeing if there's anybody low.
I tell you what, Eluse is the one who needs to have impact here. He has a Scar H. He's holding the spawn. Yeah, he's going to spot that player's legs out. He's going to get shot. And he gets the kill on V-pop. Damage onto the other player. And Ox comes in with a pick half-A. This is looking like it could be a round 1. But Chelly's here ready to respond with the Scar. Oh, he has to pop that reload, though. Mobility might be able to get this bomb plant. Underestimated are coming in fast for this rotation. Ox able to drop Chelly, though. Melva responds with a pick of his own. And Ox is taking the aggressive peek. Minty in a 1v3 now. Mobility are not out just quite yet. They're able to get this bomb plant. Most likely the round win, unless Minty can do something incredible here. Currently, Ox is alone on site, so he could potentially win this gunfight and make it a 1 versus 2. Again, they might dance around each other. I don't know what's going on right now. Ultimately, I don't know if he clutches this. It's possible, but it's going to be hard to do considering the positioning these players are taking. Yeah, they're just playing so well with the teamwork, dancing off each other perfectly. Now the rifles are secured for mobility. Now, Undermixed should have money to buy for the rest of this game, or at least for a while. But mobility no longer on the broken buy. They're going to have some money to work with here. So they have a bit more of some breathing room, I guess you could say.
Yeah, most definitely. Round number 23 coming up here. Underestimated should be good for at least the next 2 rounds. If we do get to round number 25, though, it might get just a little bit tight for them. But like I said, I think they'll be good for the rest of the game. if we even get to round number 25. They want to put a stop to it right now and just make it 13-10. We'll see if they're able to do that. Mobility with the surprise win, I would say, over them. They really worked that clock and ended up paying off for them, being patient. Annoy's the first to open up. Going to find Melva. I believe he's over there in tree elbow. Chelly getting out of there before he totally gets dropped. He's down to 60 HP now. Minty trading out. Annoy going to even the body count board up 4-4. It's a minute 17 left on the clock, and we'll see what they do here on the side of the breach. They're definitely favoring this B site right now. The bomb is slowly walking back into breach spawn, beginning to look down towards the tree elbow. Is it going to be an A side? They're debating which play they want to go, but there's a couple players coming up here. One B long and one bottom cafe. Loose winning a big kill there, and Ox picking up def. It's definitely going to be now. That bomb's going to be planted. You can see the remaining two players here on the side of the coalition beginning to make that move up. One moving towards mid, which we're watching Minty, and then V-Pop, the remaining player, going to be moving around through breach spawn and working his way up B long. Minty getting a kill there on a loose. It's now 3 versus 2. It's a little bit more manageable, but that bomb has been planted. The time is against them on underestimated. Big win there, Troop, taking the Yell versus V-Pop, and now V-Pop is in this 1 versus 2 situation with a bomb slowly ticking down. He needs to move quickly in order to do this. He jumps down. I'm not sure if they heard him jump. Actually,
I think he's just
trying to
saving. He
confuse
knows
them.
there's no time.
Yeah, I think he is just going to decide to save.
Maybe see if he can make them die from the bomb. I doubt mobility will do that. I mean, maybe they'll run away. I think they're going to be able to get out in time, yeah. But V-Pop just holding this angle. No one really pushing this, so they're all just going to save their rifles, which, I mean, pretty smart choice, especially for mobility, right? Now, look at the money on underestimated. They can't full buy. Now, what are they going to do in this situation? Do they eco? Do they go for a light buy? It seems as though some of them are buying pistols. V-Pop has decided to buy armor since he saved the gun, but everyone else is sticking with the pistols and making sure they can full buy. They're just going to try and full commit going into the final round here. It's about to be 12-12 most likely, unless mobility can't win versus the eco buy.
It might. I think we're going to see round number 25. This is going to be huge. Oh my gosh, Annoy. Double it up already. No problems. Def and Minty going down, and it's going to round number 25. Unless V-Pop is able to do something truly phenomenal with this AUG. He drops one. He's still looking to see if he can pick up another one to continue that feed. He's got a player coming up on his left and his right. He's going to find Troop, put him down to the ground. He's got a quick look at his left. He's able to do it. Double it up on a ramp, put him down with a headshot. He pops back, reloads. It's only got 2 HP to his name. Loose is that flashbang is worn off, and he's able to drop him. Folks, we are at round number 25 now.
This is literally it for all the marbles. The community voted 17% in favor of mobility, 83% of underestimated, and it's coming down to a 12-12. I mean, this could potentially be a huge upset for the overall votes, or maybe underestimated will be able to win it out. But either way, it could not be any closer right now, and we're here 12-12, literally the final of match points, round 25. We're going the full distance here as much as we possibly can.
Fantastic last round for the last stream of the first weekend of Worlds here. I think we're going to see that this is going to be a long round 25. We're going to get down right to the end here. They're going to be working each other. Ooh, there's that season 4 skin.
I think they will play it very slow, but ultimately they can't play too slow, right? Because then it will give underestimated too much information and they can over-rotate. So they got to make a move before the timer runs too low, or else they're going to be too readable towards the end. Now, no one actually holding the coalition stairs this time. I know Chelly was locking it down earlier. Now they're really leaving it a bit more open. So this could potentially be an opening for mobility. I don't know if they'll actually push up that far or not. Most likely, they will not be doing that. The bomb is just sitting here over towards mid. Probably the one spot I wouldn't want the bomb if I was mobility, but they're not going to be peeking him or contesting it anyways. They're just playing super passively. I mean, the setup in the back is pretty nasty for A side. They're all just playing by these boxes. Gonna see if they can play a bit of a hiding game. A lot of utility being dumped towards A. Maybe they're gonna go for rotation. I don't know. They're all grouping up A, though I don't think that they will be rotating. It seems there will be an A commit for mobility. Only 23 seconds. They have to go. They're gonna try and take the site by storm. So many flashes coming in. V-Pop can't see anything. He's all bang. A little chip damage on him, but he gets a kill. The trades are coming in. V-Pop's found one. Wrap respectively with a trade. The bomb is going down as well. Now the fast main flank from these players. They have to push through a smoke though. Oh my goodness, how are these players still alive on the site? Def finds 2. This is looking like it could be over. Oh my goodness, Troop in a 1 versus 3. I don't think he wins that, but he comes in from main. He's still alive, but no, there it is. Minty's gonna win it out. Underestimated take the map.
Came down to the absolute wire there. I thought it was going to be, man. It was going to be going down to the last couple of seconds there. Well played by underestimated. Coming back and winning in map number 3. So incredibly close. Really well played by Mobility. Really well played. I mean, it was so incredibly close there. Fantastic map number 2 for them, and they really did a phenomenal job here in map 3, but just ultimately not enough to finish it off.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate for mobility fans out there. I know they were so close to winning that one out, and the community votes were not in their favor. So they definitely had, a close chance to upsetting everyone with a surprising win, but they weren't able to close it out. Underestimated have won 2-1 and successfully secured their spot in the conference rounds. Now, taking a look at the bracket, we will just remind real quick. Mobility aren't out of the tournament just quite yet. They will still have a chance to go into the conference rounds when they play versus Invertise in this Elimination 2 bracket. The winner of that match will be going forward. But as of right now, Underestimated have taken it 2-1 for their lead, and Mobility has one more chance to fight before they're knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, it's actually you can see Mobility is actually going to be going up against Invertise again, and you can see Mobility 2-0 to Invertise at the start of the preliminaries here. So that I mean, just based on past history, Mobility should have a little bit of an easier time with Invertise there. Maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing Mobility later on here in the tournament. Maybe even another rematch versus Underestimated. Chat, what a phenomenal way to end this weekend here, this first weekend of the World's stream. There were so many amazing matches today in the NA, EU as well earlier today. And then yesterday with South America and Asia. If you're new around here and you're joining for the first time, I definitely recommend going and checking out this video on demands here on the Mobile Sports channel and going and checking out some of the amazing plays from the Asia region, South America region, as well as the European region. While you're doing that, it's always good to have a shaker full of G Fuel. And if you don't have a shaker full of G Fuel, now is the time to go ahead and get yourself some G Fuel off gfuel.com. Any product you put in your cart, you can take 20% off that price. So go ahead and load that cart up as high as you possibly can get it without anything falling off. Because you get 20% off. You can use code esportsmobile at checkout to save 20% off your entire purchase at gfuel.com. Any product on gfuel.com right now for 20% off your entire purchase. Not only do you get the amazing product that is G Fuel, but you get to save some change on it as well as going ahead and getting the amazing product that is G Fuel and help us out here at Mobile Sports, which we do greatly appreciate.
Yeah, taking one last look at this brackets, we can see here Mobility did end up losing. They're going to go versus Invertise. They lost 2-1 in this matchup here, and now they're going to go versus Invertise before they move on to the consolidation rounds. At least the winner of that match will be doing so. But as of right now, Underestimated has successfully secured their spot. They will be guaranteed playing next weekend. Mobility's going to have to play one last time versus Invertise just to see how they can do. Again, like we said before, they have already beaten them previously, so we might have a repeat of that. It's very likely that Mobility will be moving on just based off their previous performance versus them.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I think I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing the matchup we just saw today again later on in the conferences, which would be definitely interesting to see. I would love to see it because it was so close throughout this entire series. I mean, it really could have gone either way. Watching map one, Underestimated won it, but it was there for Mobility. They could have done it. Map number 2, it was a little bit of a difference of a score count. It was 13-8 in Mobility's favor, but for the most part, it was really, really close. It was just towards the end where they pulled ahead and Agonized. I think it was Agonized. The phenomenal game he had, 22-9, over 2 KD on that map. Was so incredibly hectic. It's very hard to go positive on that map, especially double positive like that. He had a truly phenomenal performance there on that map. That's definitely one for the record books. I'd like to see that like a POV perspective uploaded to YouTube if he'll do that. That'd be really cool to see. And then map number 3 coming in Underestimated, ending up winning that one 13-10. Or excuse me, 13-12. I don't know what I'm talking about. 13-12 right there. Came down to round number 25. Chad, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Mantis, before we go ahead and get out of here and hit the sack, you got anything else you want to say?
I mean, just overall amazing games. It couldn't have been any closer. We always, whenever it goes 13-12 on the third map, you can't ask for a more exciting best of three. Obviously, both teams put up an amazing performance, and I'm looking forward to seeing more matches happening next weekend.
Indeed. Folks, if you're new out here, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and follow us on social media, and join our Discord server so you get notified when we do go live with next week's events, as well as all the times for the upcoming schedule for next week, which we'll be posting on social media and Discord. With all that being said, this is Mantis and Sudden Death here signing out, and we'll see you somewhere soon on the internet. Peace.